The aftermath, the dust settles. Thumbs up for the Niners front office, question mark. We go through this every year. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the last time we were like fully satisfied. Well, were we happy with the 2020 draft? I think we were kind of happy with the 2020 draft and the free agency period as well. That's a rarity. I think 2020 we were kind of happy about that. Yeah. And 2019, while 2019 was lukewarm, because still, after Nick Bosa, people still said, man, what are we doing here? Every year, post-draft evaluations reflect the mood of both the league, media writers, and especially us, the fans, of course. Nobody talks about the 49ers. Like, it's all out of love, though, right? The Niners were in a bit different than usual environment this year during the three-day festivity. And how did they do from where you, the Niners fan, sits? I've seen in the chat already some people are very nasty. And those are Niner fans. They're not really happy at all. So hopefully I hear from you tonight. The phone number is right on the screen, and the PIN number. All the instructions are right in the description below. So please call in here and tell us how bad you feel or good. And tonight, taking your phone calls to hear directly from you on how the Niners succeeded or failed in your mind to improve the 2022 roster via the draft. But let's quickly go down through here. Now, the 49ers, round 2, pick number 61, Drake Jackson, linebacker, USC. The only thing I have a problem with this, and this is becoming a thing with me, and I should probably stop it, but I'm still a little concerned about the Pac-12 conference. But that doesn't mean that everybody in this Pac-12, look at Christian McCaffrey's good. See, I got to pause now to think about who else have I been pleased with in the Pac-12. Okay. Anyway, round 2, pick number 60. Round 3, pick number 93, Tyrion Davis Price, running back LSU. Round 3, pick number 105, Danny Gray, wide receiver with all kinds of speed. I've been waiting for this for so long. You can see I'm kind of elated with that pick. Number 4, pick number 134, Spencer Buford. There's a guard out of Texas, San Antonio. I love anything in the South that's playing football. Round 5, pick number 172, Samuel Womack. He's a cornerback from Toledo. And oodles of speed again. I love me some speed. Dude runs a 4.3 at the quarterback position. Uh-oh. Can't get away. As long as you got technique, y'all cannot get away with whoever you run out there running. It's like Tony out of Oz always has said, what we do is you just flip the script on these guys. Everybody's going after these merchants of speed. My God, get a defender with that kind of speed. Damn right. Round 6, pick number 187, Nick Azakaji, offensive tackle, Fordham. I understand he has a nastiness about him. Whistle blows. He doesn't give a care. He's still driving that dude into the dirt. I like him already. Round 6, pick number 220, Kalia Davis, defensive tackle, UCF. The only issue is John may have taken a page right out of Trent Baalke's book. This guy stays in the hospital most of the time. When he's not in the hospital, looks like he's putting on some added weight. I'm just hoping that he can hang out long enough to not get cut and to show these people that he is not. Hey, you know what? Who do we have this year that was we got from the Raiders that was always every week it wasn't a healthy scratch, but he was always at that calf injury. Don't come in injuring your calves, fam. I'm starting to have a spot with sports. High ankle sprain, I got to think, what happened to your calf, man? Why don't you loosen up before you work out or before you come on the field? I ran track and field, man. I know. And play ball too. You stretch them calves out till you feel that burning sensation. You bend over, you touch your toes, you stand down there, even if it feels like you're about to pass out from the pain. Let that calf loosen up. Oh, round 7, pick number 262, Brock Purdy, quarterback. He is. I forgot. It is Tariq Castro Fields. He's a quarterback from Penn State. Good school. I got no problem with that. And round 7 is Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, quarterback, Iowa State. I've got nothing more to say about that. The Niners were very active, though, in the undrafted free agent pool. And they may have hit the jackpot on a few players currently signed, in particular, offensive lineman Donovan West out of Arizona State and Jason Poe out of Mercer, as well as linebacker Jeremiah Jamel out of North Carolina stood out, given the unlikelihood that they would actually go undrafted. You know, these accidents happen every year. The 49ers are razor sharp on some of these things, and that's why we kind of do well with the UDFs. ASU offensive lineman Donovan West, he's 6'3", 300 pounds already from that alone. You say, wait a minute, let me see if you can play. I understand there were some guys actually just a little better, and there's not enough room on every roster for everybody to be continuing to pull players, but you needed something else at the time. You had to say no on this guy because it was a flip a coin situation in some cases where do I go for a cornerback? Do I go for a safety? Do I go for a running back? You know, do I need an offensive lineman? So, and I can't imagine anybody who doesn't need an offensive lineman in the NFL. It's gotten rough out there. I mean, defenses are just nasty. He was connected to the Niners, though, from the Combine, where he shared that the organization had expressed interest in him to begin with. And then he's probably saying, well, why didn't they draft me? West best profiles under a zone scheme offenses, which is why Kyle was over there chatting him up to begin with, which the Niners run, making him an ideal fit in San Francisco's offense, especially with the explosiveness that he has at his huge size. West likely requires some transition from the collegiate game to the NFL level, just like everybody else, but his comfortability in a zone scheme could make him an intriguing candidate to compete to start at the center position. I said the center position. I said the center position. Boy, getting a potential day one starter as an undrafted free agent is a value that can't even be measured. If he comes in here and he looks like he can handle a center position, it's a little bit of a fantasy. There's too much to learn as Kyle Shanahan's center to say he's going to be able to start, because I'm always worried about that kind of thing. So we'll see. We'll see about day one starter. Mercer, offensive line, Jason Poe. Poe's another 6-footer, 300-pound ground guard center, has elite athleticism. I said guard center, yeah. That's what I said. You know what's going on the right side? I'm not even sure if why did Aaron Banks take this long? John came out smiling. He's ready. John, I want to believe that, John. I just don't understand why he couldn't play at all. He could have used a little bit of training last year. We had plenty of room on the right side. It's not like we were just, Compton and Brunskill could have, we could have moved Brunskill to the tackle position where he does a better job. Tom Compton should have never been on the field. I understand he had a couple of games where he was running. Okay, never mind. It's over. It's done. We suffered already and we're done. Don't beat that. Anyway, Poe, as I mentioned, guard center, has elite athleticism. Explosiveness, earning a 9.45 relative athletic score, which included a 1.75 10-yard split. That's 300 pounds moving at that speed. Somebody will get hurt. When a 300-pounder moves at that speed, somebody's going to get hurt just by the fact that he's moving at that speed. You take up a lot of space at 300 pounds. Pedestrians could be walking by. If they don't have insurance, they've got a problem. He also tests exceptionally in the shuttle and three-cone drills. Despite his smaller frame, Poe plays with great strength as well and should be a good system fit with his ability to move in space in his own scheme offensive system. He sounds like an absolute drawing board perfection. And everybody's always asking, Kyle, why do you go out there and get them little small people to play offensive line? This dude weighs 300 pounds. That's not small. He may be a little shorter, maybe, but otherwise, never mind that. Poe needs refinement in his pass protection skills, though, but as an undrafted free agent, possesses a ton of value for the Niners. UNC linebacker Jeremiah Jamel. Jamel is a type of player that the fans, we could get crazy about this guy. He has about his intangibles that round out his profile, such as his leadership capabilities to begin with and high motor. Jamel is a bit undersized, which is probably why a lot of teams overlooked him at the linebacker position coming in. He's 6 foot and 226 pounds. We'll put him up to about 235, no problem. All he's got to do is come in and have that 49er diet. Eat with Fred Warner, stay away from Javon Kinlaw. I don't want him overeating either, though. But this guy does showcase good instinct and closing speed and run support, which is a role he'll likely play at the NFL level. And fam, by now, you already know the Niners are a team known for developing the LBs. When's the last time we had a year with a bad LB? Think about that for a minute. It has been over a decade. We keep the linebackers. It is amazing how that happens. We keep Hall of Famers And, I think about the one that left a few years ago because he was worried about his concussion. That boy had Hall of Fame written all over. Okay, it's too late for that anyway. And by now, as I say, we developed him, which is defensive coordinator D'Amico Ryan specially. This is what he does. As they have a good young core, including Fred Warner, Pro Bowl All-Pro Fred Warner. I still remember the day. What we need is more defense I need him defense in the second round. We don't need to get we don't get a linebacker in round 2. We don't need one in round 1. We can pick up Fred Warner. Who? Who? While Jamel hasn't had much experience in the special teams position, he can follow suit of fellow Niner linebacker Demetrius Flanagan-Foles and Oren Burks, who are both known for their special teams capabilities in addition to their defensive talents. If Jamel were to go to a specific situation to succeed, it would be the Niners, given his instinctual abilities and their propensity for developing linebackers. Jamel struck gold, fam, coming to San Francisco. Once again, a draftable player hits the open markets, and the Niners pounce. Get over here, man. You got Niner written all over you. We don't care if you got a drafted, really. I'm ready to go, Coach. Fam, one thing you get with these players that got jilted somehow in the draft, they come in, you're starving. All they want to do is impress. I kind of like that. I really do. Also, did you check out? I just saw that earlier today. Safety Leon O'Neal Jr., NFL.com projected Leon O'Neal Jr. to be a 6th-round pick or priority free agent. Once hoped to hear his name. He hoped to hear his name within the 3-day fit that is the NFL draft. He didn't. Another guy that's pissed off with skills, but he does have an issue. He got to choose his destination. The hard-hitting the player chose Niners, signing a free agent deal that included $60,000 in total guarantee. Not bad for getting jilted and getting that much right off the top. Aaron Wilson of Pro Football Network wrote about the disappointed player. Quote, ultimately, O'Neal fell not because of his production or film, but due to a slower than anticipated 40-yard dash, time of 4.63 to 4.71. Fam, some of us could go out there and beat him running in our street shoes for 40 yards. It kind of worries me, but here's what he says. Unquote, the stomach may be enough to motivate O'Neal. And the Niners are certainly hope so. He'll get his chance. He's coming up here in the next 2-3 weeks. Niners did not select a safety with its 9 draft selections, and it's an area of need with Jimmy Ward entering the final year of his contract and the Niners' reluctance to bring back Kwaski T. And fam, I don't think they're going to. O'Neal's motivation and determination to prove doubters wrong may be enough to help him latch on and thrive in Santa Clara. O'Neal spoke a little bit about what we can expect from him as a player, saying, quote, honest to God, the first thing first is to be a great teammate to my guys. I'm highly into being a brother and being a teammate more than anything. I want to represent the 49ers the right way. That's my main goal. I'm sitting here thinking he must have been watching a lot of the press conferences, and he must know the 49ers. This is exactly what you say. This is exactly what you say. He says, I'm process-oriented. He goes on to say, my main goal is to work as hard as I possibly can. D'Amico's probably saying, oh, I like that boy already. And he goes on to say, and the results happen within the work. That's how I keep my focus. They're getting an enforcer, a leader, a guy who's dedicated to his craft with a strong work ethic. I want to learn. I want to get better. That's the kind of guy they're getting, unquote. Sounds like a 49er to you, fam. Does he sound like he's red and gold all the way through to the bone? And by the way, the Niners weren't the only ones competing to add O'Neal. It gets better. Other teams offered him more money, too. That wasn't a deciding factor for him. Mrs. O'Neal's baby boy said this, quote, everybody gets caught up in the money, but I'm more caught up in the culture and playing for a winner. I'm about stability. That's what it kept coming back to for me and choosing the Niners. First thing I thought about when I read that, though, was I did think about Deebo. I love Deebo. You're not going to catch me, not yet. Although I'm hoping he takes his foot off the pedal and stops acting so, just totally not into this. Deebo, never mind. But all hell yeah, Leon. All right? If nothing else, the dude knows just what to say, as I said. Who won the draft is Philadelphia Eagles. Apparently, so we didn't win the draft, but we weren't the worst as either. Because when you look at what the Eagles did, they traded the Titans for A.J. Brown. Now, what? And gave him a 4-year contract, paid him a whole lot of money, which made our situation with Deebo even more unreasonable for him to act like he's going to act. The Eagles were a team expected in the mix for a wide receiver in the first round. But after trading for Brown, Howie Roseman turned his attention to the defense, and they picked up a 340-pound defensive tackle, Jordan Davis, out of Georgia. Damn, Howie. Wasn't nobody going to compete with that. But look how high you were in the draft. All right. Running the football against him and Fletcher Cox is going to be nearly... Ooh, see, those guys... Oh... Philly wasn't done there in the second round. They stole Nebraska offensive lineman Cam Jurgens, who, by the way, didn't you have Cam Jurgens on your show? Says, by the way, Ronbo also hit on 2 picks this year, Brock Purdy and Jason Poe. Yeah, you did. Hashtag show knows his stuff. Mr. Block Eyes too. At the end of the day, it's all about my roster. Put my guys in place at the end of the day. The price is right. D will rule. My offense will gel. All right. I can tell you, man, I got another one here, too. Thanks for the contributions, guys. Not about age. Khalil Davis and Jason Poe are special talents. Be on the lookout for Poe to play fullback at 6'1", 300 pounds. The man can move and run like a deer. I just got to tell you about everything else about him. Not about age, thank you very much. Cam Jurgens, who figures to be Jason Kelsey's successor at some point. Then the Eagles recorded, Kelsey's about to retire, it looks like, and the Eagles recorded that maybe the steal of the draft in Georgia linebacker Nakobe Dean. The first-round talent fell to number 83 overall due to reports of a pectoral strain. That some thought may require surgery. Somebody lied. I bet there's nothing wrong with him. You got to be careful of what goes on around the league with these people doing things like that. I bet there was never anything wrong with him. Every year there are talent prospects who fall for what are truly stupid reasons anyway. So there's a great chance teams will be kicking themselves passing on Dean. Well, we didn't need him, But here's the thing: the Patriots. What's going on with Bill Belichick? You know what I like about Bill Belichick? Maybe he's going senile on us. And the Patriots, so we're somewhere between. I'm not getting into what Belichick did. You saw what he did. We're between Philly and New England, apparently. My God. Cole Strange had everybody talking, even everybody in the booth, everybody around the league. Why did Bill pick him up in the first round? And but you know what's funny? Everybody who said, what's wrong with Bill? They were planning on picking him. Even the 49ers looked at Cole. I love this stuff. Sinead, what happened yesterday? All right, Sinead, you know what? We really didn't care. We had to go out and buy a whole other system. So, we're about tech difficulties. When I tell you I'm a tech difficulty, that's why we usually end up leaving. And suddenly we had one that you can see. Anyway, all right. Let's go ahead and get it. Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. Jack says, what happened to George Pickens? Be quick. Jack.
Did you like that, baby? Did you like it?
I got to tell you, the draft, I like it. We didn't get Pickens, though.
We didn't get Pickens, man, but shit, man. Screw Pickens, man. We got ourselves some Danny Gray, 105. That's who we rocking with now, man. And the more and more I think about it, I'm enjoying this draft. And like I told y'all, Khalil Davis, my favorite pick, as I told you guys last night, man. Man, this dude, from linebacker to DT, man, he's that Warren Sapp, and that's why John Lynch's eyes lit up in that press conference afterwards once he heard his name. His eyes lit up. Watch that tape back, man. And you got people going crazy now that Jack said it because they're trolling Ronbo Sports. You got David Lombardi David Lombardi's not doing a show about Kalia Davis. They got all this stuff about Kalia Davis because, everybody knows that your boy's a draft king. But, breaking everything down, I like it. My grades are for Drake Jackson. I'm going to give it an A- because he does have to improve. I was a Nick Bonito guy at that stage, but, he does need to improve his strengths. But
Hey,
he
Jack,
got hell of talent. So
was he available when we picked up Drake?
yeah, he was. He was available, and I was saying that. I was like, man, please get Nick. But that was my guy. But, hey, man, I see what they're like in Drake. The more and more I watch him, the film on him and everything like that, that this guy has major upside, high ceiling. He's the youngest one coming off the edge, 21 years old. So I give that an A-. Tyrion Davis-Price, I do feel we could have got him at slightly, maybe in the fourth round. I don't think other people were too high on this guy, but for our scheme fit against Anthony Lynn, probably was the dictator alongside Kyle Shanahan to say, this guy is going to fit the mold what we want. Because you know what? And also going back to Deebo Samuel, who's been stated, this is a statement for Deebo Samuel from the organization saying, you know what? We understand your concern. You know what? The longevity of a running back and a wide receiver getting the rock that many times. So we're going to get a beast at that stage. So they were targeting this type of playmaker. Somebody that's so aggressive, especially this person. So say, you know what, Deebo? Okay, great. We're going to have this guy run the rock, do the dirty work, and you sometimes come in there. So you don't have to get everything all the time and get injured before you get your contract or while you get your contract. So I'm going to give this a B+ Ronbo for Tyrion Davis-Price. Okay. Danny Gray at third round, 105. I got a lot of family in Dallas, Ronbo, and I love pissing them off. It was such therapeutic.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even talk about it.
It was so therapeutic to beat them. It was so therapeutic to beat them in the playoffs and snatch a guy like Danny Gray from Dallas, born and raised out there, and then went to SMU out there. So you know what? At 105, I'm going to give this a solid a B. I'm going to give it a B. Moving on to Spencer Burford, who you said was your favorite pick yesterday, Ronbo. Is that right?
Yep.
On the 4 to 7 was major upside. I think this guy has the tools and intangibles to be one of the better offensive tackles in this entire draft. I'm giving this an A+. I'm giving this an A+ to get this guy at such a later stage. So yeah, man. That's just incredible that we got him. And
you already looked at his film, right? I like the way he works, and I like once he locks on, that's it. It's done. The rep is over.
Yeah,
he done that over and over. First time he did it, it's okay. Next time he did, wait a minute, that's just what he does. Okay, good. Okay, so yeah.
And you know what? He kind of reminds me of the guy, the Happy Face, who went to New England and the Raiders, back to New England. To the tip of my tongue, who's that offensive tackle that we had? Trent Brown, who was like oversized, eating garbage disposal. That was just disposal of everybody's leftovers. You know what I'm saying? But moving on to Samuel Womack. You gonna eat that? Because I will. But moving on to Samuel Womack, 172. At that stage, with his speed, his intangibles, I do think he has locked down potential. He does have K1 Williams type of a chip on his shoulder where he ain't afraid. This guy is not afraid. So for Samuel Womack, with his size and everything, I'm going to also give this a B. I'm giving that a B. But the next guy, I really like at 187, Nick Zakladj. Sorry if I said your name wrong. I know.
Zakladj, right?
Zakladj, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nick Zakladj could be a hog molly. You know what I'm saying? That's the plan. He could be that dude that learns from Alex Mack and these guard positions and comes in and just takes over. Fingers crossed. Maybe you see how we did with Brunskill. So for Zakladj, I'm going to give this a C. A C plus because I feel like he does have some potential, not as much upside as the other tackle that we got.
He's got some deficiencies that
Burford
got to
or
be
anything
worked
like
on.
that.
Yeah, but he'll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
It's
around
going to be a
6,
development project.
yeah,
But
you look for him.
round 6, Kalia Davis. Everybody. This is an A+ from Jack. 220, my favorite player of the entire draft. John Lynch's eyes lit up. He did come in for a visit prior, and I'm just telling you guys, but this guy is that Warren Sapp. That when we lost that DJ Jones, this guy could be better than DJ Jones. I mean, he moves like a linebacker. He finishes like a linebacker when he tackles. And I mean, the guy has incredible upside. The only thing, the knock is what, Ronbo?
Well, he gets injured. He's hurt.
The ACL, yeah, the ACL.
Yeah.
So that's in the 6th round, you got to take a gamble like that for a guy with this much upside. So
you're right.
You know
exactly,
what?
round 6.
A+ for me.
Right. You want to say something about Purdy because we're running out of time. Something real quick.
Yeah. And just really quick, Tariq Castro,
Right.
I'm giving that a B-. And Mr. Irrelevant, I'm going to go ahead and give that a C+. Man, that's your boy Jack. Sometimes I'm not sounding well because it's so late in London, but I got to check in and stuff. Sometimes I'm half asleep, groggy, and shit like that. But man, I'm loving all this stuff, man. I'm excited about this draft, and I feel like we're onto something great, man. Let's go, baby.
There you go. And I got you averaging everything out about right around a B+ for the entire draft. All right. Good stuff, Jack. All right. And I said, Mr. Block Eye says, your personal grade draft-wise, I'm right around, I got more of a B-, C+. I don't want to. Kalia worries me. He does look good. He's Jack's favorite guy, though, so I'm not going to say too much bad about him because he could be exactly what Jack says. You know what? Sounds like he's a great football player, but he hasn't played much because he's been hurt, and that's a scary thing. Hopefully, though, he comes in and does what he may be advertised to do. Hey, Papa Dragon. Ow, Pop.
What's up, Ronbo?
Pop, man, looking at that draft, and every year we don't, you know what? We don't give enough love. We should learn one thing, though, Pop. Every year when everybody comes in with these C- and D+, it ends up that a lot of players we don't even know are going to be involved on this team, and some of them are going to play all year. Who knew Elijah Mitchell was going to be in there? We overrated Trey Sermon. So, the 49ers, I don't know. It's funny. Let's see. Pop, what are you thinking?
I wanted to like the Trey Sermon pick last year.
Everybody
I wanted
did.
to.
He looked like the stud
Because it's one of those. Yeah, we just never. Well, that wasn't even it. Usually, the 49ers will draft someone either like really late or they'll get an unrestricted free agent, and all of a sudden you got our boy Heem. So ultimately, what I like about the draft, this current draft. And I graded overall. And do you make really dumb picks? Do you really reach for a position of need? Do you give up assets? A big part of this draft that is still unevaluated. And I'll tell you why right now this draft could be A+. If Trey Lance turns out to be the next great quarterback, then this draft is an A+.
Because he'll have been instrumental in it, right?
And
he was the draft
we
traded up for.
Yes.
And whoever we got.
We are a running football team. We use a fullback. We use tight ends. We beat people up. But, and please, 49er faithful, don't kill me too bad. But the last time the Dallas Cowboys was a dynasty is that they had the formula of running the ball down your throat, a very fast, opportunistic defense. And then all of a sudden, when Dallas would have trouble running in the playoffs, Trey Aikman would put a cape on and then start throwing 5 touchdowns a game. That is ultimately what's going to be the formula of success for the 49ers. Troy Aikman is in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at his regular season numbers, they're a little bit above average. But in the playoffs, he was a raw dog. Raw dog. And that's essentially what we need for this particular football team because, you're going to ride or die with the run, right? But you don't have to die if you got a quarterback that can put the team on his shoulders and put some points on the board. We didn't have that with Jimmy. Now, I looked at some highlights of Jimmy the other day, and Jimmy's got some good highlights. He's got some good tape. He really does. But Jimmy has to be on the right team with the right pass pro, and he has to have receivers with big catch radius. And he probably would be a lot better. Now, Trey Lance is different. He's better athletically, not just running out of the pocket, but in the pocket, climbing the pocket, buying time, getting the ball down the field, where he can make 2 or 3 big plays a day. All right? And we haven't even talked about him running yet. If he runs like Steve Young, then yes, when they get there, he can put the team on his shoulders. Okay? And what I'm saying is that they can morph into a different team in the playoffs when they have to. So what I like about this draft is I like the pick at round 3 of Davis Price. I love that pick because Davis Price is a dog. Now, it's not my fault that everyone has, quote unquote, downgraded the running back position. But if this was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Price would be a number 1 draft pick. He hits the hole hard, he runs fierce, he's fast, he runs away from people, he's nasty. Okay? That sounds like a lot of running backs from back in the day, if you ask me. So he's kind of a throwback. That also sends a message to the running back room. Hey, Trey Sermon, better pick it up, dog. Somebody else is coming. Elijah Mitchell.
I'm giving him 5 minutes this year. Pop, it's like I said last year. Running backs don't have to come in and take some time. Running backs hit the ground running, literally. That game of theirs does not change. If he ain't showing you anything from day 1 to 10, that's what you've got.
That's what I'm saying. Now, again, if you play on other football teams, you know, what did they say all this playoffs? What did they say? Oh, the 49ers is the team you don't want to face. They're very physical. Yeah. They're not. I mean, they run the ball. Yeah. They run the ball. No one else. Everyone else is trying to pass the ball. Like, I try to explain to you, if the 49ers could have come up with maybe 40, 50 more yards from the quarterback position, we win the Super Bowl this year. We beat the Bengals. We will beat them all day, every day.
We beat them
they got
once.
No pass pro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, we beat everybody who was in the Super Bowl. Okay, so the point is that they're close. I like the fact that they're not panicking. That's what I like the fact of. I like the fact that they're not trying to trade around, grab all these players. You know, yeah, they got a couple players again from my mock draft, but who am I? I mean, yeah, am I going to sit here and brag to you? Oh, I picked Purdy in the 7th round as Mr. Irrelevant. No, I'm not going to brag on that because, you know, Purdy has got to make his money and make his difference in the quarterback room. You know, on the squad. You know, he's got to hopefully make the squad, meet a number 3 eventually, or number 2 eventually. So ultimately, I like Price, and because of Price and because of that, I think I give the whole draft a B. If Trey Lance plays well and stays healthy and doesn't turn into a fool, doesn't let all this fame go to his head, you know, then yeah, I totally would give this draft an A+ because he's a part of this draft. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's just how I look at it.
Well, now you sound like it's a well thought out observation. So yeah, and a lot depends on what the guy picked up this year, especially the offensive lineman. Because quite frankly, if there's any concerns I have is about that offensive line. I mean, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is if that offensive line can't perform. But in this case, it really is serious because Trey is going to be out there for the first time at length of his young career. So he's going to have protection. Something's going to happen to him fast. DCs are going to start exploiting things that they see that he may not be ready for yet. So it is really important, the offensive line, at least keep their monsters off of him. And NFL now, pass rush, you saw what happened in this draft. Right. Everybody went after the pass rushers. So quarterbacks are in deep trouble coming up this year.
Well, part of the reason you go after the pass rushers right now is because they're cheaper now. Yeah. You know, in the future, Bosa's going to reset the market. You know what I mean? So it's not like there's going to be a huge bunch of teams trying to get Bosa for $35 million a year. Yeah, that's quarterback money.
It is going to be a bidding.
You see what I'm saying? So money plays a big role. And we've seen it this year. We saw it happen when A.J. Brown got traded. That was a money move. It had nothing to do with his performance. That was a money move.
Oh yeah.
You had a look. This is your boy. Let's play GM before we go.
Real quick, Pop, because
right?
we're out of time.
I'm gonna play Trent Baalke.
And then wrap it up.
Okay,
go ahead.
The only thing I'm gonna say. Let me just say this: Trent Baalke signed Kirk for $20 million. Okay, if we wanted to match that and sign Kirk ourselves, okay, because there's no state Florida tax, that would cost us $22.6 million. That's what we'd have to pay him to match $20 million, because California has that state tax.
Yes.
So the point I'm trying to make is that there's a lot of money ball going on right now, and that's because Baalke and the rest of these scrubby teams have just blew the market up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for God's sake, you can run around and be accused 20 times over of sexual assault and get $230 million guaranteed now.
I know. And don't mention no names, though. Bob, we're out here. We got to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to be back tomorrow, and you can continue. All right?
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all.
Thanks, Bob.
All right.
Here he goes. Bob gives a high grade. Let me high grade so far. You know what? Let me go back. I'm not going to go C+. I'm going to go B. Right? I'll give it a solid B. Because the moves we made were the moves we could make, and we didn't have a first round to pick with. Hey, Jay. Yo, Jay.
Yo. Ronbo.
Did we catch it a good time?
Hell yeah, Ronbo.
Jay.
Draft class, Ronbo. A++.
What, A++?
A lot of depth on this draft class.
Looks like it, huh?
Yep. Just kidding, Ronbo. Not an A++, but
you're always doing that.
Hopefully it becomes an A+, but I don't know right now, to be honest with you. To be honest, the first day,
you just look at face value right now. Because you can't really go beyond that. You just look at what you got, look at what you needed. Look at the performances you've already seen on tape or whatever, and you can make a prediction sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And about the running back pick, Ronbo, you know what?
Go ahead.
I wouldn't mind drafting a running back, but for the second round, right? I picked 93 or whatever. That was too early. I felt like we could have picked him at 105, and he would have probably stayed right. He would have probably been right there,
Who would you have rather picked at 93 then?
You know what? No, I would have picked the same running back. I don't really care.
Well, but you just said you wouldn't have picked him up at 93. Danny Gray came in next at 105.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. But I don't know. But, picking a running back is it's too early, Ronbo.
It's 2 years in a row.
That's why. It's too early. But, it's understandable why we got a running back, though, because, Jeff Wilson and Elijah Mitchell, Ronbo, those guys get hurt a lot, And we actually got a guy with speed, Ronbo, the only guy in our roster that has speed in Danny Gray, because Elijah Mitchell ain't fast, Ronbo. I'm going to be honest right now. He ain't fast. Look, he ain't no Raheem Mostert, Ronbo. And no,
he's not that kind of fast.
No one
you know what? Yeah, you got a good point about him, though. But Tyrion Davis, hopefully he lasts. Our running backs, they go down every year. I don't care who it is. They're going down. It's a very frightening subject. I just already, I'm at peace with that because I know they're going to do it. We can come in with 6 running backs. And at the end of the season, we're going to be looking at our practice squad or calling somebody up on the phone and seeing if he can play football. So
I feel like we should, instead of making our defensive line so good, let's just draft. Let's just have 17 running backs on our roster. To be honest with you, play every single game, Ronbo, because they get hurt.
Also, and also the Deebo situation, and I think that may have weighed heavy on the 49ers' minds. They may have initially had something else planned for 93, but when Deebo started talking about, look, I'm out here doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I need to be compensated for all that. And the 49ers said, damn, we didn't see this coming. All right, so then John and Kyle get together, of course, along with Anthony Lynn. Listen, we're going to have to find the best running back we can get as soon as we can get him in here. We got to take it off of Deebo's plate if we can. And then you got Tyrion Davis-Price, who actually, if you read up on him, he checks all the boxes of what we're going to do if we're looking for somebody to replace Deebo, as far as a running back.
And Ronbo, about Trey Sermon, Ronbo, I feel like he's still gonna play. Like,
I hope so.
He ain't gonna be, replaced because I see like videos of him, working hard and stuff. So
Yeah.
I feel like he's just ready. He's ready to, be challenged by Kyle Shanahan, or I don't know. He's ready probably. And I'm gonna just grade this draft with our picks. Let me go quick. Who do we draft? Oh yeah, Drake Jackson. I like that guy. A. And Tyrion Price, like a B, to be honest with you. And Danny Gray, like a B also, or A. I don't know. But between those, to be honest with you. But
remember, this is the fastest guy we've had since Marquise Goodwin. So,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I like that speed. I like that speed most definitely.
It helps. I know people underrate.
help.
Everybody thinks everybody's a deep threat. Some people don't know the definition of a deep threat. They think if you go out and run routes, a deep threat is, first of all, one who can beat the defense down the field. Next, he has enough route running ability to actually get open. This is what we don't really have until now. Now, Deebo and Ayuk, I understand they do great jobs at what they do, but ain't no defensive backs in the NFL scared of Deebo and Ayuk as far as the skills or speeds go. So you need this guy. The now defenders are saying, okay, I'm going to have to back up so I can get a step on him because he's going to get a step on me and he's going to make me look bad out here and it ain't going to happen. This is what a deep threat's all about. So now that you got one, and everybody's talking about Trey's huge arm, now, take a deep drop back and let that ball fly. When I say take a deep drop, Mahomes 13-step drop backs. Give yourself plenty of time. Give that speedster time to get downfield, which won't take long. Now, launch it. He should be able to run under it. He's already beaten the defense. He's by himself. Boom, bingo, you got it.
Can't wait to see that. And the other guys, I give the rest of the guys a C, to be honest with you, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who they are, Ronbo.
Okay,
but
Danny Gray
I like
after
the cornerback though.
Spencer Buford, the guard.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like Buford too, actually.
Samuel Womack, and, you like him?
Yeah, Samuel Womack. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be good. But what's it called? One last thing. The quarterback that we have, Mr. Irrelevant. With that last pick, I heard that Jimmy Garoppolo and him are gonna, battle it out, Ronbo. I don't know who's gonna win.
Boy, your jokes.
Ronbo. Who's gonna win, Ronbo? Who do you think is gonna win, Ronbo?
I think Mr. Relevant's gonna win. Of course he can beat Jimmy. Are you serious?
What?
Jimmy's the worst quarterback in NFL history. There's no way he has a. This guy coming in, Jimmy is out of here that day they confront each other.
Ronbo. He's gonna turn to mystery relevant now, by beating Jimmy, Ronbo.
He should be. He can change that IR to just R, Mr. Relevance. And yesterday, Fly Guy said he was better than Trey, so he's definitely got to be better than Jimmy, right?
Okay. Yeah. Fly Guy be tweaking, Ronbo. He's tweaking right there, okay? Like, I don't know what he's talking about right there, okay?
We got to go, fam.
Trey was smoked. Damn, both, but, okay, you have a good day, Ronbo.
You too, fam. Hey, Gene. I've talked to him in a long time. Gene.
What's up, Ronbo?
Gene, we're looking at the draft. Were you watching the draft?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Were you impressed?
Yeah. Not really.
How come?
Yeah. I was happy about some people. For example, Drake Jackson. He's a beast. I was just watching the highlights right now.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
He's a beast.
The only thing was in the Pac-12. I worry about Pac-12 players, but he looks like he could play anywhere in NC2A. So I ain't mad at him. Let me see what he looks like.
And then Tyron Davis Price.
Material, the running back.
Running back.
Yep.
I don't understand why we got him. We got Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon, but he's a good guy. He's fast. He finds the hole fast.
See, that's the thing.
Yes.
See, because Trey Sermon does not find the hole fast, which was kind of shocking to me last year. He reminded me of Carlos Hyde a couple of times, which really was disturbing. So this guy comes in. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Trey this year. We'll see.
Then Danny Gray, I was so pumped about him. Watching his highlights, he has speed. Like, he kind of reminds me of Tyreek Hill a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He's getting quickness.
Speed.
Some guys are fast, but some guys just look quick. They just move. Everything they do cuts. Everything they do is just quick. Yep.
Yeah. He's really fast. He has a team leading catches with 49 catches, then 803 yards, which is insane. Then Spencer, probably, I'm gonna give him a B plus. I like the guy. I like him blocking. He's a real good guy. I've seen his highlights. Perfect.
Looks tough, doesn't he?
Yeah. Samuel, we got two rookie corners last year. I would say we do need him a little bit, but not really.
Well, you're gonna have the big competition in that secondary this year because we've got to find the guys who can actually get the job done, right? So they had to increase their amount of people coming in just to get a good look. So we'll find out.
Yeah. Then Nick, haven't really heard of him or seen him. I want to watch his highlights.
Yeah.
He sounds good.
Well, he's not. You know what though? He's the kind of guy that's going to need a lot of coaching. He's not. He has no pass protection skills, but he's a tough guy. One of those kind of guys that's kind of nasty and mean. I've always wanted that kind of offensive line. We haven't had those kind of guys since the Rhino was with the 49ers. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I heard he's like a team leader. I think that's why we picked him up. And then Davis, real good guy. I forgot I haven't watched his highlights. I heard of him. I watched one game of his. I didn't really, cared about him really. Castro Fields.
Yeah.
I'll give him a C. I really never heard of him. He got 138 tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, 3 interceptions. And speaking of 3 interceptions, Drake Jackson got 3 interceptions.
Yeah,
that's insane.
The guy's an incredible athlete and a big guy. So, give me something about Brock Purdy because we're out of time. What do you think about Brock Purdy? Some people have already ranked him, even in the chat, ranked him better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't understand the pick of a quarterback. We already got Trey Lance. He's absolutely insane. He got a big arm. So I don't understand. I'll give the quarterback.
You've got Nick Sudfeld. Kyle always carries 3 quarterbacks, and so because it takes a lot to train to be able to play in Kyle's offense. So he's got his backup and he's got his third guy in case something happens to those first 2 guys. So that's pretty much the reasoning for that. And
because our team has a big struggle of healing. So I'll give this draft about a B minus. I really like some of the guys.
Yeah.
Danny Gray is my favorite guy in the draft. And then we got Drake Jackson.
You and me both. Buford and Gray. If we didn't get anybody else, I want to see this running back work though, because Trey Sermon really bugged me last year. So if this guy comes in, we got the guy we were trying to get last year. That's the only reason why he got drafted this year, because Trey wasn't. You can see Trey. Trey was healthy on some of those weeks he didn't play. Oh no!
Mhm.
So a 3rd-round pick, a healthy scratch in his rookie year. Anyway, we'll tell you what, we're gonna go, John. Good to hear from you again, and I'll be back tomorrow night
All right,
if you got
thanks.
time. All right. Have a good
Okay.
night.
You too.
Thanks. And the Big Show says, I heard Papa Dragon shots toward me, patting myself on the back regarding my draft picks. He knows you lean on me every year regarding 401 college players. That's true. The show looks like, I get the feeling the show just really studies these guys. Tony's the same way. Papa Dragon, he does know his stuff, though, show. He's been, in fact, is that Tony? That's Tony now. Hey, Tony. Tony!
How you doing, Ronbo? I think you're thinking of the other smarter Tony, the one who gave the excellent
I saw.
draft a few weeks ago.
Yeah, Tony, have you ranked him above you in football brilliance?
Honestly, I am not a professional football watcher. I am a very ecstatic fan, but I don't claim to know nearly as much as many people who spend a lot more time watching film as I do. But, looking at this draft, I'm very excited. I'm always excited to see the 49ers have 9 draft picks and to use all 9 draft picks. It gives us a little bit of insight as to what they're thinking about, what their roster is. All in all, 10,000-foot view, I think the Niners added at positions where they needed to later in the draft. So our question marks are offensive line and defensive backfield. So we picked up 2 offensive linemen in this draft, and we picked up 2 cornerbacks in this draft, which I think is very good for the future. It's going to bring more competition to those respective rooms, and hopefully make the team better where we could have been better, quite frankly, last year. Because if we were able to cover a little bit better last year, and if we were able to run the ball with a healthier offensive line in the playoffs last year, who knows if we might have made that Super Bowl. So these are all late draft picks, so it's all a crapshoot with them. But I like this what that means the 49ers are thinking about their team. And then in regards to the quote unquote early picks, right? We didn't have a 1st-round draft pick, but the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th-round draft picks, I think it was very smart to pick up a speed edge rusher that's really going to enhance the defensive line, a guy who has the athleticism to be a 3-down player when push comes to shove. So all of a sudden, if we have 2, as you say, that double-barrel shotgun, Ronbo, if Drake ends up being the guy that can be on the other side of Bosa, that's tremendous. And Eric Armstead can always stay in the middle, and Javon Kinlaw can always stay in the middle. If that is our starting 4, maybe that defense.
That even sounds good, Tony. Yeah, I'm picturing that. Javon Kinlaw finally starts to look like what we might have anticipated him to look like. You already know what Eric Armstead is capable of if you keep him where he's supposed to be in the middle. And now I got freaks on both sides of the edge. I kind of like it.
It'd be something. It makes me very excited for those preseason games to see what's up. The 3rd-round pick, Danny Gray. The video I have seen of him is exciting. That speedster, as you have been wanting for a while, he also looks like he could be a yak monster, and he could be the guy that runs deep to clear out Deebo underneath to get him more looks over the middle.
Right.
And at the same time, I've seen some video of him. I know Eric Crocker posted a very long Twitter storm about that wide receiver, and had very mixed things to say, but he has the tools. So coaching, which 49ers do well, especially at wide receiver, could make him into a really good player. My one question mark is always drafting running back early, and I know that's a very common criticism of this draft, but if Kyle Shanahan traded up for Joe Williams and traded up for Trey Sermon, and both those guys, well, Joe Williams completely washed out, and Trey Sermon has been underwhelming, unfortunately. The fear is Tyrion. By the way, I want to Game of Thrones reference this guy to death. I want to call him the Imp until he proves himself. So anyway, but regardless, the good thing about Tyrion is that we didn't trade up for him. We stood pat and we took him. And so, looking at the way the Niners have drafted this year to fill out where they felt they needed it, there's no question in my mind we were thin at running back at the end of the year last year, which is the reason why Deebo Samuel had to run the ball so much. So adding a running
Tony, it's
back
going to happen this year,
smart.
too. In fact, with that 7th-round pick, instead of picking up Purdy, should have picked up another running back. But go ahead.
Yeah. No. It's this is the thing. So my philosophy is this: you should draft a running back is a position that teams should be looking to draft every single year. I don't know about drafting someone as high as the third, the second and third rounds, unless it's somebody who really is that good. Like that Dalvin Cook level of talent, like James Cook, who went in the second round this year. Those are the guys who you look to draft that early. But at the same time, I look at what happened with Deebo and our overuse of him and how he has that injury history. And if we can take the pressure off him by adding a quality running back who some analysts say resembles Deebo in the way that he carries the ball, like he's a 15-pound heavier Deebo in terms of the way he runs. So if that means Deebo doesn't have to take the ball in the backfield and can focus in on being the slant god that he is, catching passes deep downfield from Trey Lance, I'm fine with that. And, at the end of the day, I think this draft, I'm going to give it an I. I don't like to give draft grades because I don't know enough.
Tony, you brought back horrifying memories of me. I almost lost eligibility one year because I had an incomplete in one course. God, an I. Tony's giving out eyes. Everybody's like A, B, C, and D. Tony gave out an I. Oh!
Give everybody an I. It's an I. We're going to know a lot more about this in August than we do right now. So maybe we should start applying draft grades right before week 1 as opposed to 2 days after the players are picked. Because right now, we don't know anything about how they're actually going to integrate into the offense. Remember, Joe Williams, we traded up to get that guy, and he washed out in training camp. But everyone was talking about, how good could he be? How good could he be? Oh, here's the draft grade. We don't know. We simply do not know. But I'm excited. We have 9 new players, and the UDFAs. Those UDFAs are very exciting. The safety, the offensive lineman they got as the undrafted free agents. These guys, especially that center who signed the $100,000 deal yesterday, I think it was. I'm very excited about the depth that those players might be able to bring. We might have found starters.
Tony, which one, Tony? I'm ignorant about that. Donovan West, was he the guy you're talking about, or?
Yes.
It is West. Yeah. Okay.
Donovan West. Yeah.
Because you got Jason Poe.
Jason Poe, by the way. Last thing, and then I don't have to go. Jason Poe, that footage of him that's been circulating around Twitter, his athleticism appears to be off the charts. It's for somebody who is that size. He reminds me very much of a modern day, at least in the videos that I saw of him, reminds me of William the Refrigerator Perry. It would not surprise me if the Niners work him out at fullback on some select snaps because that dude can run even though he's a big bowling ball. So, he's not Jerome Bettis, but I could see him being that guy. Warren Sapp used to line up at fullback and clear the way, right? You look at that guy, he can move for a big man, and I could see him, if he makes the roster, coming in and using some of that athleticism as a lead blocker on select downs. So I'm excited for all these players.
Because, we tried that with Trent Williams, and Williams has got it. He's also inclined to get hurt, too. So, let's not have him doing that any more than necessary. Let this kid come in, especially if he's not going to start. Let him come in and run the rock every now and then. Wouldn't that be? Can you imagine the Rams defense? Rams fans, can you imagine 300 pounds of fury coming at you with Trent leading the way? Tony!
We're coming for you, Aaron Donald. We're going to smack you in the mouth, Aaron Donald. We're coming for you with these guys.
He's so tiny compared to the guys we're talking about. Hey, Tony, great stuff. I'll be back tomorrow night and see what we got going on because there's going to be some talk Monday for sure. All right.
Oh, yeah. All right. Take care, Ronbo. Aloha.
Aloha, fam. There goes Tony. Yeah, we're still tweaking our system. So if you hear any noises, we're putting it in just initially. So we're gonna see if we can fix that. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel. Come on in, man, and give me your grades. And try to go quickly if you could go one player at a time, because we only got so much time. But, Bethel, your feeling on the 2022 draft, and, what are you thinking?
They did pretty good because if, what would have made a lot of us probably mad if they probably would have gave up some draft picks to go up and get some of these players, and that probably would have been more mad but they didn't do that. And then plus another thing is that look at how many teams went in front of us and took players that we probably wanted, but we couldn't get because we stand put.
Somebody said the Bengals did that because they knew we were going to pick up that player.
I seen that. I seen that a couple of times when we're going to pick up somebody, but when somebody sees that, they'll get the best player, the next best player available in their draft chart.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what probably happened. And at least, yeah.
Or I was going to say, is they want that player, and then somehow word gets back to certain rooms. Yeah, the 49ers are going to jump on him. Oh, whoa, let's go. Quick, I got to have this kid. I got to have him. And then they go to the phone and do the draft night, And
then I think we got the running back in the second because if I'm not mistaken, after we picked up him, the Commanders picked up a running back. So they were going to probably get him if we didn't. So that's another thing that you got to think about also. And another funny thing, at least we're not like Jerry Jones picking up a guy that has I don't know how many flags, like a bunch of flags, and then showing his draft board to show why he picked him. Like at least we're not doing that.
Well, Jerry likes getting players that are going to end up getting a phone call in the middle of the night. Yeah, Jerry Jones. Yeah, I've got one of your players down there. He says he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. His name is Randy Gregory. What? Randy Gregory? Okay, I'll be right down. Kyle, you'll never see Kyle and John go through this again. We went through with the Ruben. We've had enough.
Yeah, and then another thing, I don't know why some of the Ram fans are saying that why they put, hey, of course they're gonna be there. They're paid actors. They flew them out there to Vegas. I'm like, that's why they have fans there. I'm like, I remember the last
if they weren't in L.A. and the Actors Guild wasn't centralized right there, they'd be in a heap of trouble. Their fans every game would be everybody's fans except for Rudy. Ready to go, marketing pro, and about 3 or 4 others, and everybody's and all the players' moms, and that'll be it.
Yeah, so they have to pay some people to be there. It's their policy. Yeah. So. It's just. Yeah, It's fun.
It's always fun to watch everybody else. And the Rams had their one pick. And did you see the drama they made for that pick? They've got a video made. Yeah. They made a video. I'm looking at this video. What is this, a commercial? What the hell is this? And they went on and on. You've got to be kidding me. And then they made their one pick and said goodnight.
Yeah.
How much money they spent for that? For one pick, how much money they spent on that video? And then one pick. He better be good.
Yeah.
Rams, you're boring people.
God. Yeah, it was funny, but it just
pathetic.
Yeah, and then and plus they're all these picks. They're doing it for a reason, and plus we got a lot of undrafted people that are actually pretty good. And I heard a lot of them say, especially, that right receiver that we got, I seen a video of him. He won the 100 meters.
Oh, Greg? Oh, the dude can move
Greg.
some real estate below his feet. No doubt about it. So I can't wait to see Danny get loose. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I seen what he said to the coach. He said, "Hey." He said, I think to one of the interviewers, he goes, "You know what? I'm gonna make everybody pay for not drafting me instead of drafting all those receivers before me." So he has a chip on his shoulder, and you know what? People like that do it. They always do their hardest to try to impress people. So
those are the guys you want. Bethel, I'm told we're out of time here. Let's see you tomorrow night because we can't talk enough between now and God knows until the season starts, which is already about to start.
Yeah.
Right, fam. Appreciate you.
All right. Hit the like and let's go Niners.
Here you go.
All right. Good night, Rumble.
Night, fam. And speaking of the Rams, the spokesman is here. My dude, Rudy. He says Niner O-line was Swiss cheese last 5 minutes in the NFC CG. Rudy, I've told you about that before. You guys have to know if Trent Williams is healthy. Jimmy was like half healthy, but all I needed was Trent Williams to be healthy, and you guys, you get turned away once again. I think even regardless as the Kowalski T gifting you, you know if he makes that catch, the momentum's turned in that game. That's, Rudy, you guys got blessed. Yeah, God blessed. Anyway, thanks for the contribution. Hey, Brian.
The law says know your damn role. What's up, Ronbo?
Brian, we're looking at this draft this year like we do every year. And usually, I don't know, I'm trying to remember the grades we gave out last year. I think they weren't bad, were they? Brian, was this draft better than last year? Probably not. We didn't have. Well, no, it had to be because we picked up Trey, and it seems like every round had something to offer. Ambry Thomas, Aaron. You know what? Last year's draft was good. Now that I think about it, what do you think about this year's draft, though?
I would say probably I give about a C. I'll give about maybe. I'll give about a C. And the only reason, and that would be putting the draft class on life support, and that's the only thing. The only thing that puts it on life support is that we finally got a speed burner.
Oh,
that's the only.
If nothing else, I walk away from this draft thinking I got a smile on my face on this. Right. They finally got that guy out there. I've been wanting out there for years, but yeah.
Yeah, I was actually Ronbo. Now that I think about it, because this Drake Jackson guy, I mean, he's not bad. I mean, he had 12 sacks or whatever. Mm-hmm. My only hang up with him is that I think his heart. I think his heart wants to be more with the Rams than he did with the 49ers.
Brian, don't buy into that. You know what? I think a Rams fan put that out on our chat. What he was upset about, from what I'm thinking, is he was a number 10
He probably should have been higher. Maybe he should have been higher.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's what he was upset about. Because, him and his family was celebrating by that pool as he's cutting backflips into the pool, and they're yelling, Niners! Yeah. I said, oh, yeah. So,
yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
He gets to play with Nick Bosa. He's got to be happy.
Yeah. I think he probably, I say, well, maybe there are probably some things you should have did a little better to put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
You control it. You control that. But I'm glad to have him. But we have an SEC running back. Can't go wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
We got to have at least one.
Yeah.
The guy, I think he has one. And then, like I said, a speedster, really like the first three picks, Rumble. I would say our first three, the 61, the pick number 93, and the 105.
Yeah.
That puts it about the whole draft class.
And like in SMU and LSU, I'm worried about the Pac-12. But honestly, Pac-12 warrants that kind of concern. Because it's just not that tough of a division anymore. You play against Cal and Stanford, everybody can beat them. And Danny Gray and SMU, I like him though. Speed is something that doesn't matter where you go to school. You're going to be dangerous.
Yeah. Ronbo, what is this about Deebo Samuel trying to push these I'm back T-shirts?
It's shameless. Deebo, what are you doing? I'm worried about his character. I thought Deebo. I don't know. I'm trying not to judge him, Brian. I don't know what is he doing.
Yeah.
And if stop tweeting back and forth with OBJ. Damn. OBJ, what the hell's wrong with him? Is what I want to know as well.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Maybe if what? Think about it. Maybe if he could sort of flex a little bit more maturity, probably would have got moved like his fellow receiver A.J. Brown. Like, was it Philly?
Yeah, A.J. Brown, they traded him to Philly. He got a $100 million payday.
Yeah. Yeah. So hey. So I guess Tennessee they drew their line too, huh? I guess
Tennessee?
I guess
Yeah,
Tennessee. I guess they drew their line too and said, hey, we don't have the bag for you. Go get the trade.
Trent Baalke, he's got to make things work this year. They already got rid of the coach, and they didn't fire Trent. So Trent needs to come. I thought he made a couple of good deals this year, though. So, I mean, putting what's his name next to Josh Allen, that pass attack is going to be crazy. If he's as good as he appears to be on film, and being number one at the defensive edge, I mean, that's got to be tough.
So, what do you think about Mr. Irrelevant?
I don't know what that was about.
Do you really? Does he have a challenging chance of making? Does he have a challenging chance of making the team?
And I think Kyle says they talked to him before. I don't know what the point was. You could have got another running back since we run on him every year.
Yeah,
because we get extra quarterbacks every year, and I don't know. Last year might have been an exception, but normally every year since Kyle's been here, he's had a couple extra quarterbacks in here, and then they cut him automatically almost when the cut comes. It's as if they put him there just to have somebody to get rid of.
Yeah.
So
I was like, man, tell you what, sure would have been nice to have one of them top flight receivers.
I know, but
it sure would have been nice. But hey, we got to play the hand as well. Let's see how they're gonna treat Deebo.
Mm-hmm. Deebo's not going anywhere. He's going to be pissed off, but he's not going anywhere. And him selling T-shirts. Deebo acts like he needs money, doesn't he?
Yeah, he do seem kind of needy.
Yeah, and when I use the term needy, it's like he's out here hustling. Deebo, what are you telling you? What do you mean you're back? When did you leave? You got another year on your contract. I could see if there was some gap between him being a 49er and wasn't, and all of a sudden the 49ers got him back and he could bring T-shirts and everything. And now I would even buy one. Deebo's back. I need that shirt. But Deebo ain't never went nowhere. He's just been sitting around. Him and OBJ been talking trash. And I hope he stops.
Well, I think, now that the draft is behind, now we can just, maybe we can focus. Maybe we trying to focus on things like pray, establishing
and getting ready to win football games. So
they get the winning.
Yeah, because like I've said, losing next year is unacceptable. We didn't lose enough players to be losing. We just made a switch in a couple of positions. Now, if that was to make us a better team, that means we should be in the Super Bowl next year, or at least get to the NFC CG. So we're gonna see.
Yeah. Ronbo, they always give us the schedule always gets tougher the following year. Like
I know it is
they always say, "Oh, okay, yeah."
And look at the AFC West.
Right. They say, "Oh, okay. Oh, now y'all balling like that? Okay, then you guys are gonna play the AFC West this year." On top of trying to make it out of the NFC East. The NFC West. On top of it.
Yeah, but the NFC West is easier work this year than the AFC West. Seriously, because you got the Cardinals who are having identity problems. They don't know what they're doing, it seems. Kyler Murray, he's good for the first 6 weeks of the season, and after that, he turns into buttermilk. And then you got the Hawks, who God knows what they're going to do, but they don't look tough to me, Brian. I know, but as soon as they walk on the field, here we go. First quarter.
Yeah.
They still got us? No! But the Rams, I think we're going after the Rams. I really think the 49ers are going to be up like they were this year. By the time we got to that, remember we losing all them games last year, and then we got to play the Rams, and everybody started playing much better? It's always going to be that way when we play against the Rams. I wish they would get that attitude when they play the Hawks. The Cardinals, it's an up and down thing. And the only reason the Cardinals beat us last year is because we made another couple of key mistakes in that game of drops by people like George Kittle, of all people, and also Ayuk right around the goal line. We should have won that game.
Well, Ronbo, it should be a new day when we play Seattle now. You can't beat Seattle without Russell Wilson. Then
we got
we're
trouble.
in trouble.
Brian, we're having so much fun. I didn't see the clock. We're out of time. I'll be looking for you tomorrow, though. All right.
All right, then, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to the people. Shout out to production and the law. Once again, is out.
Always great to hear from you, Brian. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, go later.
And Chapin says we could keep Deebo and franchise him until he's 29. Oh, he'd be livid. Especially if you continue to say, Deebo, what? Next shot, I'm going to hand you the ball. For what? Deebo, all right, call timeout. I ain't running the ball, Kyle. I told you when I signed my contract, I put it right there in the clause. I got a copy of my contract in my back pocket just in case you forgot. Emilio.
Yo, what's happening?
You know the draft. The draft, fam. I'm looking for your opinion on this draft. What are you thinking?
Okay, it was cool. I was give it a B plus, B minus. It wasn't nothing spectacular. It was because we didn't have no number one draft pick, and they didn't try to move into the number one. That's what kind of threw it off. Other than that, it was cool. Like I said, it was more needs. You know, we needed an extra running back, another receiver. We need offensive lineman, pressure. Everything we drafted for is what we needed. So
we addressed.
It made sense. It just wasn't spectacular. It was just like,
it was just so fun to watch.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hey, Emilio, you know what, though? If next year's draft class is better, we're going to be pissed off if we don't get a first-round pick somewhere from someplace, because the fact of the matter is this draft wasn't all that anyway. Look at you, quarterbacks getting picked up in the third round. That means this draft was about everything else but. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it was just, not too much. But, yeah, we'll see what happens, with these players. If one of them does ball out and shine, you'll be like, okay, well, hey, I guess the great,
Every year?
Yeah, so it'll change,
Try to guess who it might be. That's the thing. Because I got a feeling it could be Danny Gray, but it should be Danny Gray. So I'm looking somewhere else.
It should be that, or what's the name of the running back we got?
Tyrion? I don't know. Tyrion Davis. They call him Davis Price. Yeah, he could be. If Trey Sermon is a healthy scratch every week again next year, I'll be all right with me as long as I got Davis Price.
I watched some of it. I watched some of his highlights. I said, "Oh,
he was good,
he can actually hit the hole."
Yeah,
we haven't had that. I said, "Okay,
yeah,
it was pretty good." So maybe see what happens with him. He's the one that caught my eye in seventh grade too. But I was like, I like running backs more than I do wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, you know what though, Dave? Running backs usually may have a bigger impact than wide receivers when they're drafted, right? Because they get the ball more.
Yeah, and then you think about it, we are a run team first, so that's the other thing.
Mm.
Maybe it keeps away from Deebo crying and say, "Oh, I don't want to be used." Don't worry about it. We'll fix that. It'll get fixed.
But watch what happens next. Deebo gonna come and say, "Man, everybody talk about I said I don't want to run the ball. I never said that." And y'all didn't ask me if I said it either. Y'all just consumed things because the media wrote it up. Deebo, really? Okay.
Well, technically, it said it came out of his mouth. So either way, if it didn't come out, I'm like, "Well, you never clarified it." I said, "I never said that. All you had to say is I never said that."
Would you do it though?
But you want to play
around with the media. As soon as you do that, people think you're lying. His agent probably said, "Don't get any back and forth." But he doesn't mind talking to OBJ, and that's really annoying. And OBJ is what's wrong with him?
He's starting to act like OBJ, and OBJ's done more than him. He's starting to really sound like OBJ.
And I don't want him talking and behaving. Don't be taking no page out of OBJ's book, because that's all he does.
OBJ
is hell raising the
offseason. Got paid twice, so.
Oh, I know.
Well, technically, you look at it. I know, right? OBJ done got paid twice, and he's got a Super Bowl, so you can't.
So
take
you do want to follow his lead, don't you? Not on my team, though. If he's on somebody else's team, okay. But man, OBJ got him to the Patriots. Odell, what are you talking about, man? What are you doing? This was my mock draft. If I didn't mean to make nobody, how did he put it? He put out some kind of apology tweet too. Stop clowning, dog. Jesus. We're
Like I
serious
said,
here.
that's OBJ's MO. He just tries to run his mouth just because he can. If Deebo would have never said nothing, I think he would have left it alone.
It's because Odell doesn't have a home and he's still recuperating from his injury, so he's miserable.
That's right.
Well, that too,
he ain't
but
signed yet. I know.
You know what's gonna find funny if all of a sudden, you know what, Deebo, I want to come play with you. I'm gonna go to the Niners.
Oh, Deebo would be livid. 49ers somehow they part ways with Deebo, and we got OBJ. Somehow the 49ers forgive all his madness with Deebo, and they sign him. I'd have mixed feelings about that. I really would, Emilio. I'd say that MF. This was a plot on him the whole time. Oh, Deebo didn't know he
I don't
had
think it
this
happened.
kind of bruh.
I'm just being. I don't actually think that would happen, but we've done weirder shit, so maybe it's possible. So.
Because I didn't really appreciate. I didn't like when Sherman came over here first. But wasn't that you I was arguing with on Twitter or IG? I didn't want nothing to do with Richard Sherman when he was first rumored to come over here, and everybody's trying to make me say,
"Well,
man, you got to get over that, man. Richard Sherman can play ball." I know, but I do not like that. I was really.
I told you come on. Well, you got to realize what Sherman did say before: winning carries everything.
No, it did. I love Sherman now. I loved him after he got on the team.
He kind of irritated me recently with that. He irritated me with that comment he made about the whole. It's the fans' fault. Like what? The way people was acting.
Sherman, he's always been tuned in with the fans.
Really, you're gonna blame it on that?
Only players that pay attention to social media get into that kind of conversation. So I watched Sherman have a block party one time. I wouldn't attack him because everybody else was. I didn't like it, but I didn't have nothing to say to him. I was watching block people right and left. People asked me, "Hey, Ronbo, man, after we got to Sherman, hey, you still on Sherman? Hey, ask him, can he unblock me? Man, I ain't getting involved with that." What I look like asking Sherman? Hey, dude, man, a lot of 49er fans hope you unblock him.
That's your business. Why'd you get blocked in the first place? It's just like you must have said something that was hella necessary for him to block you.
I hated him too. I just didn't have nothing to say to him. Oh God! But anyway, so anyway, you gave us a B plus, or C, we gave us a C or a low C,
so I give
a low B or a C.
B minus. It was kind of because we got stuff we needed. It wasn't like. Like I said, nothing like, oh my gosh, we got one of the best players in the draft, or we just got more for need. That's just how I feel. But I just say C plus, B minus, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just an average grade. There's nothing spectacular. It's just a wait and see, maybe in the mid-season or during the season, somewhere around the season. Say, I guess our draft were a lot better than what we thought.
Yeah, well, we do that every year.
We'll see.
There's always somebody we didn't know they got. Yeah, so. All right, fam. Let you get back to your Sunday. I heard people acting in the house. They say, Emilio, we're busy. Come on back here. Someone say, I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, you have a good night.
You too, fam. Yeah.
All right.
And, hey, Jack. Hey, Jack, can you hear me? All right, maybe we might have to go to. Let's get Ellis in here. Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis.
Yo.
Ellis, looking for your report. Was a read like on this draft?
Yeah. Well, did Odell get signed to anybody yet?
No, he's still that's why he ain't got nothing else to do right now than get in other people's business.
That's why
signed.
He's running his fucking mouth.
Yes.
Or running his Twitter fingers, and he can't put the phone down because he's bored and miserable. He don't know where he's at. Where he's gonna go, what's gonna happen with him. and to be in the process of trying to heal up from an ACL, the last thing you want to be is messy. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man of God, he always, pretending like he's, a man of God, and he's running around here being messy, doing a little silly shit like a girl. You bring too much attention to yourself, and that's why we didn't pick your goofy ass up.
He loves that attention.
Odell needs to shut up. Yeah, he needs to shut up. He's mad because Deebo got attention and he's not getting none, so he got to go start tweeting and doing all this little goofy stuff to, try to attract some kind of attention to his name because he's not getting any. Even after winning the Super Bowl. Oh, that's because your ass got hurt. The knees.
In the middle of the game.
The knees. Yeah, you got bad knees. You need to shut up. You need to be on your knees praying to God to keep your mouth closed so you can maintain some kind of longevity in the league.
And stop affecting younger brothers and yourself. You ain't got to be doing that. What's wrong with you, man? You need to tell him, like Michael Irvin and Des Bryant, men of integrity, and even though the Dallas Cowboys, I call them men of integrity. OBJ, he's showing all his colors. What the hell is wrong with him?
Yeah, flush. Okay. Wow. Anyway, hit that toilet real quick. But anyway, yeah, Ronbo, it was a little dicey. Like I said, at first I didn't know much about the Drake Jackson kid. I'm glad we got him. We can't. I hope we don't get any more DNs or anything like that because, now we like 12 deep, 13 deep or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? We got enough to rotate throughout. We got plenty for 17 games, but I'm glad we got the guys. We did. And, I'm not disappointed in that pick. I think it was just more for me the running back pick again at that part of the draft. There were so many other running backs that we could have gotten that were a lot more, electric. That we're bigger and faster. But I'm not just, I'm not angry or nothing like that. I just kind of was like, that was just the only little finicky kind of pickup for me. I'm really glad we got Danny. Everybody's pretty much excited for him. He to me is like a faster version of Brandon Ayuk. He's a little more elusive than Brandon, and I think just with them two on the field by themselves would be a problem. You know what I mean? Just having those two options on the field, you know what I mean? He can run jet sweeps. He's done a lot of things that we're going to, definitely be able to utilize. And Brandon Ayuk was good in the jet sweep too. So I just like the fact we were able to get such an acquisition, you know what I mean? So later on in the draft, there were some other guys too that got snatched up undrafted that I was kind of like, damn, we could have picked up them. There was a lot of, but the undrafted free agents, we always seem to do really well with those. I'm really glad we were able to get two guard / centers, or I think it was just maybe one of the guy from ASU.
Both of them are offense guard centers, which is interesting.
Okay, good.
I think
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That was a major, and we got some quality guys at that position. Then we got that big tackle, big athletic tackle. You know what I mean? I'm really glad we got that guy. I watched some of his video. I seen him, he's hitting the splits and moving around. He's really good. That means he's got good movement, good hip movement.
Get out the way. Woo!
hey, he got, yeah. I was really glad we were able to acquire those guys. That corner we got from Penn State, he looks really good. He was supposed to be a much earlier round, like a 4th round, 5th round pick. He was projected. So to get him unsigned or undrafted was really good. This is solid. It's a solid B draft. I'm not going to go any lower than that. You know what I mean? I could say, B minus, but I think for me, it's a solid B. And, we took care of the places in the areas that we needed. We got some insurance in case it sounded like Alex Mack is going to end up retiring.
Yeah, because he would have committed by now.
They pretty much already know what he's going to do.
Yeah, don't take
they said they pretty much kind of already know what he's going to do, but they're not going to tell us what the hell's going on. Well, we can kind of, put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
So.
You got two guard centers, and then talk about Jake Brindle. I saw an article too. Also, Jake Brindle's probably being groomed to be the next. Jake Brindle, really? Okay. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, they clearly don't want Brunskill to fill in that position.
I know, right? He's talking about Jake Brindle. No, I don't want. Do you want to see Brunskill back at center? I do not want to see Brunskill back at center. I like him at to tackle. I'm not crazy about him at guard, although Aaron Donald doesn't appreciate him at guard for the most part. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we're doing is we're filling in spots that we know we're not going to be having these guys next year. We just signed them to one more year, the 1 year deal. We got that safety / linebacker to I think take over for Dre Greenlaw. Because we probably won't end up keeping Dre after this year. So I think that's insurance for Dre Greenlaw. He can kind of learn, be under Dre and kind of be that hybrid linebacker / safety. I forgot what the kid's name was, but I feel like that's why that position, because Dre played, he was in the secondary before,
You talking about the
before he got
UDFA?
drafted. The UDFA, yeah, the UDFA.
Jeremiah
I
and
forgot his name.
Gemmel.
Okay, was that? Are you sure that's the guy? I think this guy's from San Diego. I think this guy's either from San Diego or San Jose. I think it's San Diego State.
Okay, well,
I believe his name was.
This gets UNC. Is there more than one linebacker in amongst you? Okay.
We got a linebacker, I think, a different linebacker, but then we got another kid who's a safety / linebacker, unless that's the only one that we got. But
okay,
that's why I feel like they got him that hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah, because Leon O'Neal, but Leon O'Neal is just strictly a safety.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, O'Neal straight safety. So, yes, we did get a straight safety. That's right. So, no, this is another player. This was another undrafted guy. But, no, I'm just saying
they're picking them up here slowly one at a time here and there. Yeah. So, I haven't seen him yet. You're the one you're talking about.
Yeah. We got a lot of guys undrafted. There's like 11 guys that we signed, as undrafted free agents. That was pretty lengthy, number. But, I mean, for all the right reasons, that's good. I'm just hoping that we can keep some of these guys under wraps because everybody's not going to be able to be on the 53-man roster. But we can keep some of these guys kind of saved and put to the side on the practice squad and stuff.
Right.
Hopefully, none of them get snatched from up under us, because I think we got some really good picks. And that, between the draft and the undrafted free agent.
Because one thing, our scouts look like they know what they're doing. They've seen these guys, and they're not just ignorant picks. They know something about the guys they asked to come on over. And then you got Leon O'Neal, like you just said. Other people were asking him and offering him more money. He said, "I'm going to San Francisco." What? Get him in here.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Yeah, no, that's for sure. That was a good pick, too. I've been hearing about him. And then, like I said, that center from Arizona State, those were all, picks that a lot of the fan base and stuff wanted us to pick up. And we ended up getting them undrafted, man. So just no better than that.
There you go.
That gives
big
us
show
some
with Poe.
moving forward.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, family.
Right. Him
All
too.
right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Peace and love, Brother Ronbo.
Thanks, Zealous. Back at you, fam.
Hopefully, the technical difficulties you get rid of. Yeah. I'm getting back to them right now. Shout out to the faithful, man. Appreciate you always, family, for the platform, for the family shout outs. Make sure I hit that like, subscribe. You know where you at. Wipe your feet. And, it's for life, man.
There you
I
go.
got nothing else to say.
Good stuff, fellas. Appreciate you, fam. See you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And let's go check out in Jack. Hey, Jack.
Rambo.
Jack.
Rambo.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Hey, Jack.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jack, we're collecting opinions on this year's draft. What are you thinking, Jack?
Oh man, that first pick really had me.
Jack, say it again. I missed that. Are you, Jack? If you're on speakerphone, you should probably come off speakerphone.
Come back to me, Rambo.
Do you want me to come back?
Rambo. Come back to me.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Ready to go exposes more ignorance by saying Ronnie Lott, of all people, soft? Use the word soft on Ronnie Lott? My God. Next to Dick Butkus, Ronnie Lott was number 2 on the most pounding, vicious hitters of all time. And you call him soft? Oh, ready to go. If you don't know what you're talking about, you should probably not let everybody know that you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, my God. Hey, Raul.
Hello.
Raul, come on in, man. We're looking at the draft. And, Raul, you know what? Now that you got the total draft picture, what are you thinking?
I like it. I mean,
we're not gonna know until we get to later on, and I just hope, I know we're not gonna be able to keep everybody,
I know,
and my
right?
thing is like the last couple callers says, like, man, I hope they don't take them away from us, because we seen what happened with the linebackers and the Broncos and other players as well before, like that we just that we lose, like that we can't keep on the team, like with Seattle will take somebody from us. But I liked it, man. I think we got some good depth. Like if somebody is not able to play, they're planning for the future, replacement stuff like that. So, and I'm like that they're trying to solidify the offensive line and go back to solidifying that run game, man. Like with all the injuries we had, it was ridiculous.
I know. Every
And
year. It's going to happen this year, Raul.
yeah,
Watch.
yeah, and I think honestly, like this year with all the coaching changes, and a lot of that, I think they probably, like just said, had them take a little step back and be like, okay, you know what? Let's identify who we were. And they said that. They said that when they first got to this organization, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, they sat down and wrote what was most valuable to them. What did they want their identity to be? What did they want for this team? And they stuck to that. And I feel like it was because of a lot of the coaching changes. I feel like next year we might see a little more splashy, a little bit more moves up and down because we might retain some of these coaches, positional coaches, and assistant coaches and all that. So I
Somebody just
think this
snatch him
year,
up, Raul.
they're just like,
If,
let's
if,
not.
if we're
Yeah,
winning
they stuck to
games,
the
other
script. I
team's going
feel
to
like.
take them. People don't
Yeah,
just
exactly.
come and take the coaches like it ain't no big deal. Kyle finally said something about that, too.
Yeah, I think they stuck to the guns. I like the draft. It's nice. I just hope, we got people that are ready to compete, which I think we did. And I like a lot of the picks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they
Of
look
course,
good.
everybody wanted some guys more than others, but we can't get everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what draft's all about.
I don't think they blew it. That's my thing. I can't be mad at the draft. I don't think they blew it. It's not like they took
Yeah.
people that I don't see that have the potential to be good. I think they took people that they seen that have a chance to make this roster, and to me that's great. Even if it's just as depth, eventually starters, that's great. I think there's a lot of untapped potential in Jake Jackson, Spencer Burford, Ty Davis Pope, all of these players that they got. I think they have potential to fill out a role in this team.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. To be
Yeah.
honest, this might be a very solid draft down the year. Maybe not somebody like Nick Bosa or Deebo might not come out, but I guarantee you might get a couple Greenlaws and other players that just are gonna fill, like DJ Jones, like fulfill roles. Brunskills. That's what I think they got. It's just more depth, more solidifying this team to their true identity. At
And
least that's how I
they
felt.
got a good eye for talent, too. The 49ers bring in surprises every year, at least a surprise. We got 2 surprises last year,
Yeah.
right? Ambry Thomas and also Elijah Mitchell. Do you remember did anybody else surprise you? I think just those 2.
Hufanga didn't surprise me, but
It's not.
he brought a little something.
Yeah, I knew he'd be able to play. But yeah, the
I'm
running back.
also excited to see the players that we drafted last year, see how they're going to develop this offseason, Now that they got a year to groom these players, I'm excited to see that too. To see where we were last year, and to see where we're going to go this next year, to see the new draft coming in and the players from last draft, I think we're going to look at a nice, solid team that's going to win a lot of games.
And that's
how
what
I
you're supposed
see
to
it.
do. You draft now to groom, to move into starting spots, unless you end up having to because of all the running backs coming to San Francisco. If I came to the 49ers as a running back tomorrow, draft's over, UDFA's coming in, I know I'm going to get to play before the year's over. Why? Because we go through some running backs. Every year, they just dropping like flies.
Yeah, and that's why I like that pick too. That's why I love that pick too. Like I said, solidifying their role, what they're known for, and that's establishing the run and going off of that. So I love it.
I guess that's
And I don't think
normal.
I don't think this takes away from Sherman's chance either. I think they're gonna give him a shot.
They
There's
have
no
to.
way they don't give him. Yeah.
He stays no matter what because of no other reason. If for no other reason than the fact that we need people who can run the ball. You maybe don't need to be good all the time. We just got to be able to run the ball, and that's what we do. And like you said, our offense springs from the run. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, Deebo, I'll let you guys go. Overall, I give it a B plus. To me, it was not a bad draft at all. Yeah, there's still some needs on the team, but you can't cover everything with superstars, man. You gotta, at the same time, you gotta see what you drafted the last couple of years and what you got in depth on these players. You gotta give them a shot. And I'm sure if someone's not stepping up, they'll go into free agency and make sure they cover that up with some solid veteran depth or something. We've seen that last year. It might not be perfect, it might not be great, but hopefully it gets the job done and we make another run.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fans, hit them likes.
All right,
Ronbo.
Appreciate it, Pam. Thanks.
Have a good one.
And Ronald points out something that's very interesting as well, because the fact of the matter is the 49ers each and every year, there's one position that everybody's leaning toward. We need to emphasize more on that. We need to emphasize more on this, right? This year, I don't know what we'd be looking for next year. Can we, how we come at each year saying, God, it would be nice if we could just go for best player available. When will we ever get our BPA year? Will it be next year? Because all them offensive linemen, come on now. Are we going to have to look for offensive linemen again next year? I imagine every team in the league looks for offensive linemen every year, because that's a premium spot that you can never be satisfied with. So we don't have to be the first round or second round. Yeah, well, it's a big show. Come on in.
Hey, can you come back to me in a minute, Ronbo?
We can do that. All right.
Okay, all right, thanks.
And let's go get Tony from Oz. Tony.
Ronbo.
Hey, Tony. I know you're a student in this game, and I know you've seen some things in this draft that you have either pluses or minuses for. What are you thinking, Tony?
Well, they got the dude that I wanted.
Which one?
Leon O'Neal Jr., Texas A&M safety.
Is that right? Did you want him? Because we just got him. Did we get him today?
Yeah, remember I was telling you he hits like a freight train?
Yeah.
He was trying to get you to get him to check him out, but you obviously
I didn't.
Look, now you have to.
I've checked out a couple of your picks and I got back to it. And actually, I put a couple of your picks. I retweeted them. I shared them. I said, "Look at this guy." And his thing is, his 40 killed him. He should have been drafted around the 4th round to the 6th round, from what I said. And then, of course, he went completely undrafted. And he picked the 49ers, and which is ironic from the fact that you noticed him and liked him. And he had offers to get more money going elsewhere, and he came to San Francisco.
Well, the other thing I think we've got to think about, Ronbo, is when you go into a draft, I mean, we were limited this year to the amount of picks that we had. And how many picks would you have on your draft board? 100? 150?
Oh, yeah. You got every scenario known. I mean, the computer gives you out so many.
Players.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have 100, 150 players at least.
Mm-hmm.
So we had limited picks. How do we know that some of these UDFAs weren't on their draft boards?
Well, yeah, they were.
We ended up getting them for free.
Yeah. And you keep that file in another place where you can refer to it, and especially minutes after that draft's over, and you start working that phone immediately.
Yeah, you look at what you had, and maybe they didn't get drafted. Like that center that we got in the UDFA, some of the commentators were predicting that he was going to go in the 4th and 5th round.
Oh, you mean West? Donovan?
The one in the UDFAs.
Yeah, we got two. We got Poe and we got West. Donovan West and the other
I can't remember. He's 300 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, but Poe and West.
Yeah, he was projected to go.
Yeah, Jason Poe,
4th or 5th round.
Yeah, Donovan West is out of Arizona State. Jason Poe, Mercer.
And you know what the 49ers are like, Ronbo. I mean, we can't pass judgment on these guys until we see them on the field, but there's a lot of young kids there, 21, 22, and it'll give them a chance to flip the practice squad, get some new blood in there. Some of them they might like as a more long-term prospect, you know what I mean? who knows what the way they scout these guys. I might like everything about him except for this or that. He might need to put on a bit more size, change a few techniques here and there. And, you know, what the 49ers do. UDFAs, I mean, the last one I could think of was Breeder.
Yeah, yeah. You know what?
Matt Breeder.
That's a good nostalgia. That's a good trivia question for 49er fans. Other than Matt Breida, you know what? Actually, Emmanuel Mosley was a UDFA.
Yeah, I don't know what Jennings was.
Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne, there you go.
5'3".
He's out there chopping it up at the Patriots.
One of their best guys last year. The Patriots need a little more help at
There
wide
you
receiver.
go.
So Kendrick, he's a complimentary player. He shouldn't be your main guy, but it looked like he was their main guy most of the time. So, you know.
So, you know, like some of the other guys said, they covered most of the needs that they had, but we have to look at it from the standpoint that we had limited picks in the, you know, and we didn't have as your first, second, you know, early picks in those rounds and the third rounds as we've had before.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, like you said, someone's going to come out of this draft and we're going to go, who?
Yeah.
What? Where'd this guy come from? Yeah.
This guy. Oh, Aziz Al-Shar. That was a UDFA.
Yeah.
Tony. Yeah. Thanks, Tony.
There you go.
That's Tony Nagatani spotlighted that one. Yeah.
I like the Gray kid. I think, you know, you have a look at some of the players they pick and they want yak. You know, I think the Gray kid could turn out to be a Deebo 2.0.
Can you imagine, though? They found the ideal speedster. He's not a little wimpy guy like Hollywood Brown or some of these other quick guys. He's got all that speed, and he doesn't mind mixing it up. So we can continue to be physical with that blinding speed. Oh, God, I can't wait to see this kid play.
Yeah, imagine having two Deebos on the team.
And one can move like a bullet, and the other one will just kill you. I mean, Deebo, if we can get Deebo to come back down to earth. Tony, let me ask you, has Deebo done enough to make us all really appreciate? I did lose an iota of respect. It wasn't the thing about him asking for more money, but the manner of which he's doing this is. And don't start making bros with OBJ. Well, when I read that, I get a real nauseating feeling. That's all people don't be like OBJ. OBJ's a great player, but he's an idiot. He really is. You know, stop drawing unnecessary attention.
Yeah, it's painfully obvious that he's had some outside
influences.
But what he did say to Irvine was, which made me feel a little bit more at ease. He said to Irvine, I can reveal one thing that Deebo said to me. And he said to me that he would do anything he has to do to help his team win. Right? Now imagine next year we make it to the Super Bowl. Can you see Deebo not going up to Kyle Shanahan and saying, "Give me the goddamn ball, coach"?
You know, no. Tony,
Can
you know what?
actually see him not doing that?
No. His character is
Neither
such.
could I.
On the field, he's still going to be Deebo. I don't see any changes to that. I don't see his relationship change with Kyle Shanahan. In the heat of a moment during a football game, he's still going to be Deebo, give me the ball. And I like that about him.
See,
but this
is the most important part of the 49ers season. Right? Just imagine all the players sitting in there like cows, right? And you see those little tags that they put on the cow's ears, so you know which one's yours.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now they've got all the players, the OTAs and all this, they've seen them run around on the field. Now they know who to move, what to move, and how much cash is going to be left over. Right, so they're just going to, John Lynch is going to come past and say, right, mate, if you've got a tag on your ear, you're staying. If you don't have the tag on your ear, you're out of here.
You're out of here, you know. And because they got 90-something guys to go through, so. But Tony,
and I could bet you that Deebo's going to get paid close to the top, which is going to make it insignificant the next year around.
Mm-hmm.
So just like Kittle and all the rest of them,
mm-hmm.
right? They were the highest paid, now they're not.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the way it goes. It's going to change every year. Tony,
That's
you
right.
and I, we always have these great conversations that seem to be going by faster and faster. But anyway, we're out of time. I'll see you tomorrow, though. I'll be looking for you, too.
All right, brother.
All right, Tony.
Shout out to everyone, and then see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
And let's see if Jack's got his situation straightened out here. Jack.
Ronbo.
Jack. Yeah, it sounds better now. I can hear you clearly too. All right.
Yeah.
Jack, how do you feel about this draft? And it's a tough question to answer. Just knee-jerk reactions are all we're having right now because each and every year the 49ers have at least 2 players as almost a minimum.
Oh, Ronbo, you say there's another Jack up in here. There's only one Jack, man. That's Jackie right there.
I thought you were already into your British day.
Hey, man. hey, yo, I'm Jack too, but see, Rambo, you got to fix it, man. I'm Jack, but I'm Jack O.
Jack O?
I'm Jack O.
So put an O at the end of his name, Jack O.
Yeah, I'm Jack O.
Okay.
O has got to go because I'm Jack from Modesto. Let's go.
Hey, man.
Jack, let me talk to Jack O.
Oh, man, do your thing.
Man.
Right.
Hey, Jack, man, you got to leave.
Hey, man, it's all love. Do your thing.
All right, man. All right, faithful. I'm gonna leave that Jack alone, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that Jack alone.
You're wise to do that.
You know, I can get hostile, but I'm not gonna get hostile.
He's just having fun. But anyway,
Yeah,
Jack,
we all having fun, but Rambo, you know, the draft was a good draft. It was a good draft.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good draft. You know, they started off good, but you know, I'm not too fond of the running back, but you know,
he's getting mixed reviews. Yeah.
Yeah, but after the draft, I saw the need for it. You know, that's why we gave Deebo the ball so much.
And apparently they're going to try to stop doing that as much as possible. Can you imagine, though, Jack? I'm the coach, and Deebo and I have been doing things like this, and all of a sudden, as soon as I see Deebo, hey, come here, let me talk. Why did you tell me that you didn't want me to hand you that? You came over and yelled at me several times. I thought you wanted to be most of what I was doing out there. I can see Deebo like, Coach, come on, I was just trying to get paid. Are you going to still give me the ball, ain't you? Jack, watch this. I bet you that's what happens.
You know what, Rambo, I think, you know, at the end of the day, I think Deebo is a football player.
Yes, I can feel it.
I think he got the football parts of the business kind of screwed up a little bit. He got a little bit emotional with the sit down and what they are. So I think he kind of took it personal. You know?
Yeah.
Realize
well, Jack, we cannot take a man trying to go for his payday any more than what it is. Because you know how they say all is fair in love, war, and business. So
yeah, but you know, there's a way of going. There's a way of going to get something what you want. So, you know, I wasn't didn't really like that.
Yeah, let your agent talk. Stay out of social media. Please don't talk to people like to OBJ. Don't be going back and forth with them on Twitch because then we tie you together, or Twitter. We start tying you together, and everybody knows how OBJ is. And now you're going to start acting like, oh, come on, no.
Yeah, I think all this new generation here, they're thinking the same thing. First, they get all in their feelings and they post it down on their social media and ask for a trade.
Jack, you're coming in low. Somebody just did that yesterday. Took all their team relevant stuff off their wall.
Yeah, I don't really like that stuff like that, man. I think
it's like
I am for him to get paid. Yeah, I want him to get his money, and I think the Niners was willing to give him his money. I think he got a little bit personal with the negotiation once they sit down with him. You got to realize at the end of the day, that's the business part.
And impatient, Jack. I mean, we don't.
Just be patient. He said he's not showing up to training camp. I mean, how far away training camp is, man? He already talking about
next week or May. What's the date? It's soon.
Well, I really don't want any drama with the training camp. I don't want circus around her.
It's a distraction.
Training camp. If that's the case, I'd rather let it go. I rather do. I love Deebo. It's like one of those things. I hate to see you go, but I love to see you leave. But man, it's a better way to act for it, man. But as far as the draft, Rambo, I really like the draft. We pretty much try to fill in everything that we needed. As far as to say what's my judgment on the draft, I will pass no judgment right now. It's untold, please. So, but it looked like the franchise actually went in and looked like they picked a handful of guys that was really good. I'm actually more excited for the free agents than the actual draft pick.
Are you really?
I mean,
we got some good ones though.
I'm more excited for the undrafted free agents than the actual draft. But I think Drake Jackson and Gray. I think Drake Jackson was the field, man. I think he should have been in the first round. That's a good player. Right?
He did too. That's why he didn't look very happy when he got drafted. I thought it was about him coming to San Francisco. And then somebody said, no, Drake thinks he should have went a little higher in the draft than that late in the game. And, last year he was a top 10 pick. So I guess that's what he was thinking.
Yeah. He's a freak, man. I'm down in Southern Cal, so I've been watching him closely.
Okay, so yeah.
And, if you watch video on him, he changed. He kind of changed. It looked like he dropped off his freshman year. But it's not really that. USC was having some problems with their defensive coordinator those couple of years. So I think they changed coordinators throughout the year.
They fired that whole group.
Yeah, but he's a good player. I think he's going to be good. Yeah, he's a good player, man.
He's going to be the Christian
Did we fill in center? Did we fill in a spot for center?
Yeah, we got two guys.
West?
We got Poe and West, Jason Poe and Donovan West. And those are UDFAs, but those guys should have been drafted. Nobody says otherwise. So we might have got away with something this time.
Yeah. How many draft picks we had, Rambo? 11?
We had 9.
11,
we had 9.
Listen, man, I think that we definitely going to hit the diamonds in this 9. You can't hit them all, but if I get 4 or 3 of them, I'm happy.
Yeah, I know.
I think we're gonna hit some gold mines in the draft.
We might have 3 from last year, but we're waiting for Aaron Banks. Yeah, we're waiting for Banks to put it on the field and see what we have here. I hope John's not lying about him because they did pick up a lot of guards here in this UDFA section. One more thing on that running back, Rambo, that I see is that he hits the hole very well. Yeah.
As soon as he see a crease, he hits the hole, and I think he's more of a. I think we're going to use him more of a bruiser kind of a back.
Yeah, well,
we don't really.
There.
Yeah. Yeah, he see a little creases. He's
in there.
Oh, Rambo.
Well, he's like he's cut out of the same cloth as Elijah Mitchell is, Raheem Mostert. Stop dancing. See, react, go. And we saw that in Trey, and he got doing the Carlos Hyde, stacked up behind his offensive lineman, laying in the dirt. And I said, that boy Trey, Carlos. I was always saying,
before I
go, seen
Rambo,
that hole 30 miles away. What were you looking at? Oh,
he probably gonna get cut sooner or later. But I think they owe it to him for another year. But I think that boy, he hits the hole. But another thing, Rambo, is that I know that all the faithful warned about us losing good players. I tell you one thing, faithful, that's a good thing. That means we got better. We filling this camp up, but we letting these guys go out there and earn their keeps, man. And we cannot complain about that. I love it. Put as much dogs as you can in there and see what beast comes out of there.
There you go.
That's all you can ask for, man. We love it. I love it every day, man. But Rambo, I know you got a lot of callers, man.
All right, fam. I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta love it, man. Yeah, we will. I know you will, Rambo. But faithful, don't worry about these guys getting let go. It's always a good thing. We all can make the 53, but it's gotta happen, guys. Gotta happen.
You got to keep the cream of the crop.
Gotta happen anyway.
It's up to them.
Yeah.
Audition for that
but anyway,
job.
Y'all enjoy your rest of y'all night, fellas, man.
Thanks, Jack.
Hey, remember his team JJ, man. That's Jacko, not Jack.
All right, Jack. Hey, Jack. Hey, Jack. I got you, man. You got your name back, Jack.
Hey man, I'm a Hall of Famer. I've been on this for about a decade now. So give me at least retire my jersey, man.
All right, next time you're gonna have to buy that jersey back, Jack. You're gonna have to buy it back. You know what I mean?
Man, you know what? Next time I'm gonna fly my whole mob with British Airways on top of your house, man. Come on, let's go, man. It's all Jacko and Jack Show.
All right, faithfuls, y'all have a good one, man. Y'all have a good
Jacko.
one.
Have a great night, fam.
All right, Jacko.
All right.
Okay, 90 by Nature is saying that the guy who says he's all that in a bag of chips got ran over by Tyrion. And you know what, though? That guy's, from what I did saw a little bit of his, in the highlights they were showing on social media, Leon O'Neal. So if O'Neal ran him over like 90 by Nature says, we may have more on Tyrion than we even imagine. So, anyway. All right. And Harold, I saw that comment of yours. Harold Murillo says, yeah, Deebo's agent, he instructed all his people to ask for a trade. Man, that could be a negotiating tactic. Run right in, kick the door down. Look, I need a trade. What? I mean, I got to go. What? Do I need to say it again? I'm requesting a trade. No. And then, of course, everything starts getting crazy. You know, remember when Nick and his agent came in? I was worried because Joey almost missed the first game of the season because of that agent. And I said, oh, my God. I forgot about the Bosa's carry that agent that likes to wait. No, we're not signing. And they don't care how long it takes, you know? So, remember the highest paid people are this agent. You got Denzel Ward, the highest paid cornerback in the league. You've got $100 million going to AJ, and AJ hasn't done enough to earn that kind of money. And I don't know what Deebo's expecting, but this guy's. Hey, Big Show, you ready?
I'm ready, fam. What's up? You're another notorious Hall of Fame caller on your show who's been here since the beginning. Who people might know that who I'm notoriously known for losing the war on the debate of Nick Bosa in 2019, and also winning a war in 2018 when we selected Fred Warner. So that definitely qualifies me to be a Hall of Fame caller on your show. So, Jack, you're not the only one.
Is make one solid prediction, and as soon as they get Pro Bowl honors, that's it. Whoever said that, definitely H-O.
Yeah. So, Ronbo and I have been going back and forth for years, notorious battles, and I've won battles, and he's won wars, and I've won wars, and so has he. So.
And Joe, and I came around because I realized early on you said, you guys that have been around watching these guys longer, you guys have had the wonderful experience of having won a Super Bowl. Well, that's all I want. We're not going to win it with the kind of offense we're running. And, that was a good point. I had to say, you know what? We've had some dynamic offenses down through the years. My God. So, even as recently as, our last Pro Bowl quarterback, Gonzalez, because before that, it's just really tough. Having a good offense, and like Steve said, listen, I hope they're not getting another defensive minded coach. And I know you appreciate that. I even appreciated that. I said, oh, who? Kyle Shanahan? Yes. And
finally, an offensive minded coach. I mean, that's what we've been looking. That's what I've been looking for at least for years. Since, for a while. Anyways, as far as the draft goes, there are three picks that really intrigue me, and that's Tariq Castro-Fields out of Penn State, the corner there. He's very lengthy. He's very athletic, and I'm not too quite sure about his coverage ability, but I have to go back and look at his tape. But if you come from Penn State, that defense there, it's pretty legit. So I just hope he doesn't. His pro comp was Josh Shaw, who is currently in the USFL, and I hope he doesn't turn out to be like that. I hope he turns out to be better. That's a little scary comp right there. But I think with our with
coaching staff,
our cornerbacks coach, and everything like that, he'll try to be fine. So he's just a depth piece.
Because they either come
he's better than Dante Johnson. Let's put it at that.
But so they always either come in, they're good press cover guys or they're good zone guys.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're trying to do a hybrid of things now, and it's not. You need to be able to shift gears. So maybe this guy's got that kind of.
Yeah, you need to be versatile in our system, defense and offense. So. The other is obviously Drake Jackson because we desperately needed somebody on the opposite side of Nick Bosa. D Ford is the robber of this team of all people that likes to steal money and sit on his ass and do absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. We keep restructuring his contract every year. God only knows why. We fired Trent Baalke for this exact effing reason to get rid of injury-prone players. And I swear to you, Ronbo, I think John Lynch is Trent Baalke 2.0.
Well,
the Scooby-Doo show where they rip off the mask? There's Trent Baalke all over again.
I know.
When John Lynch's mask gets ripped off.
But the thing about Trent is they couldn't play either. They just weren't that good. At least with the people John brings in, like for Jason Verrett. Jason Verrett can play like nobody's business, but that leg is not going to stop getting hurt.
And then you go in the 6th round and select Khalil Davis, who's going to start off on the pup list. Are you kidding me?
No, that's a scary thing. So
we fired Baalke for that. Excuse my language. Effing reason, getting rid of that mentality of picking injury-prone players. What the hell, John? You could use that on the center or something.
Yeah, they're thinking they're planning for the future. They don't intend to play some of these kids coming out of school. They don't intend on playing them in the first place. And if he's hurt, they're rolling the dice on it.
I'm so sick of hearing about the future. The NFL is a win now league. It's not about the future.
Oh God! So it's a wasted pick.
That's why we get our
I agree. It's a wasted pick for now.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, and the other intriguing pick I like is Danny Gray, obviously, because you and I for years. Since I've been calling on the show, have been screaming for somebody who is a vertical threat that takes the top off of the defense and keeps our defenses guessing.
Give a shout out to JLC too. He and I get together on Twitter all the time. He's got a lineup of speedsters that he says, "Look at this guy, look at this guy, look at this guy." And you mean to tell me we can't get not one of them? And last year we did that. Gone through a long list of speedsters, not one. We finally did it. Show we got one.
Yeah. Finally, I just hope he has better hands than Marquise Goodwin, and he doesn't have personal issues that'll keep him off the field for every season. So those are the three as far as the draft picks goes that really intrigue me. And the UDFA's I can't even talk straight right now. UDFA's there's a tackle out of Minnesota. We picked up Sam Schulster. He blocked for 4,600 snaps for the Minnesota Gophers, and that helped them average 25.86 points a game. And so his pass blocking ability is really good, and so is his run blocking, and also he's a hog, Ronbo. He's 6'6", 325 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I want a fat boy on my line, a big one.
Yeah. As long as you got 6'6", you can carry all that size, too, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But I'm not too sure about Spencer Bedford or the other offensive lineman we got. Oh, my God, what's his name?
That's the only offensive lineman we drafted. We got a couple other... Do we have another offensive lineman? Oh, the other guy.
We selected another tackle,
I saw everything I read on him. The negatives seemed to go on forever. His positives were kind of. You're talking about pick number 187, Nick, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. I thought it was Sakaji, but I see there's an L there too. Anyway, Nick Z, offensive tackle from Fordham.
Something like that. Yeah, and the other two UDFAs I like are obviously Leon O'Neal Jr. and Donovan West, the center out of Arizona State, because we desperately need somebody to, God forbid, should Mac retire, fill in that role. And I think that Donovan West is a very good, experienced center who has also helped Arizona State's offensive line out pretty well throughout his years of ESU. So he's like I think he'll be a slide-in, plug-in player. I mean, regardless if he was drafted or not. So, yeah. But as far as the grade goes, I'm with Tony. I'm going to give it an incomplete because this is the first time in a long time that we hadn't had a first-round pick, and that scares the living Jesus Christ. That scares the living hell out of me. Because you don't know if Trey's going to tell all if it's going to work out. If it's going to be an A, B, C, D, or F. Yeah, so I hope it's an A. I mean, but his cell doesn't last very long in the NFL. Like, I don't know why people can't have that criticism, but it's the truth.
It is.
History has shown that every Super Bowl.
And I just wish this would have been the year that we had an offensive line, experience, and work together. We're going to feel the effects of this. I hope this doesn't cause any. We got to make the playoffs. I can't see anything better than that.
Yeah. And one more quick point about the Deebo Samuel saga. He brought this all upon himself the way he's acted. I mean, at this point, I think I can't remember who on the NFL Network said this, but do not pay wide receivers. You do not do that. I'm sorry, as much as I love wide receivers, and you know I'm the biggest fan of them on here, do not pay them. You draft them and replace them. I know Deebo's been a huge help for us last season, but he's had one season of success out of 3 years. You do not pay him $25 million with a limited resume like that. I am sorry, but if you're not, he's clearly not happy here. He doesn't want to be here. He's indicated that over again today to Jeff Fowler. Jeff Fowler said that Deebo doesn't want to be here. He still wants to be traded. I mean, just let him go. Stop holding on to him. You can obviously draft his replacement next year.
Jeff may have misconstrued some things. I need to hear him say, no.
Well, he spoke to Jeff Darlington. He spoke to Jeff Darlington on the phone. That's where the news came from. About him wanting a trade. That
still wants a trade. Okay.
I'm tired of this whole situation, and I'm ready to let him go and send him to the AFC. That's all you can do.
No, but I want to go to Buffalo or someplace, and if he's going to be acting like that, so he can be cold.
Yeah.
No, you know what? No, don't help the Bills.
Well, actually, they're not going to be. They're not going to be cold anymore because they're going to be getting ready to build a new indoor stadium. So
yeah, take a couple
they got to prove for it. So yeah. And Deebo will be old and all 30, and you know what happens when you're 30 in the NFL? Bye bye.
Don't have me siding up with you beating up on Deebo. We're gonna go.
Well, he deserves it, man. Like, he brought this all upon himself the way he's acted. So I mean, we've never had a player like this act like this.
I don't understand what got over him. I didn't. Anyway.
All right, fam. Take care. Y'all shout out to the TNT family. Y'all take care. All right, good night.
Night show. I just can't. I'm going to remain delusional with Deebo. I can't believe things that are being said about him. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony. Well, Tony, here we sit in the aftermath. Have your feelings changed? Tony, but before I get into our own respective teams, the one team that we don't appreciate, I got a kick out of the argument going on between a lot of people. The Eagles just got better than the Cowboys. Say what? Oh, here he comes from Texas. Man, they ain't got no better. We still got Dak. Okay. But look what happened to Hurts. Look what he's got. And look what you guys lost. It's going to be fun. You and I are watching that series.
Huh? On both sides of the ball, we got better than the Eagles. The Cowboys got a couple players that I wanted too. They drafted tight end Jake Ferguson out of Wisconsin. He's pretty good, And then after that, wide receiver from South Alabama, Jalen Tolbert. I wanted us to take him as our second wide receiver in the draft. We only drafted one. But I said, God dang it, they got Jalen Tolbert. So he's a nice receiver. So, but they couldn't get better than Philly, though.
See, Tony, you're still not talking about Drake. I got a kick last year when you got Kyle Pitts. Tony was like, And this year you got one of the top wide receivers in this draft. And Tony still, I wanted something else. Tony,
I'm happy with it.
Are you? Okay.
I'm happy with it, because we're better.
Yeah, offensively, you're building a mean machine here. really are.
Yeah. It just I expected us to go defensive end, defensive tackle. Jermaine Johnson was right there, and we passed on him.
Yeah, you do have to build your defense. You can build all the offense you want, and that goes to every team in the league. You can build all the offense you want. If you don't have a defense, you get in them shootouts, the percentages are going to start going against winning all the time. So.
Yeah. But Ronbo, I gave our draft an A- because we didn't in the late second, early third. Travis Jones was right there out of UConn. We did not take him, but I am happy with what we did take. We did get 2 outside linebacker edge rushers. Either Bouquet out of Kent State. I liked him, and I cannot believe we got D'Angelo Malone out of Western Kentucky. That was one of the guys I sent you in my notes to you that I was talking about. He's fast off. I can't believe we got him in the third round. I can't believe it.
Here you go. Started to build that defense all together. I suspect you got a quarterback too, right?
Yes, we did. To me, he was the second quarterback in the draft. I thought Pickett was the best quarterback in this week quarterback draft, and I thought Desmond Ridder was second. But I didn't know we were looking at him. I'm not mad about the pick. Desmond Ridder reminds me of Marcus Mariota. So he can sit there and learn.
They got similar styles? Okay. Does he run a lot?
They remind me. He can run. He runs when he has to.
Yeah. Mariota looked good with the Raiders. This is going to be interesting to see what he does with your team. So we're going to see.
They gave you guys a minus, man.
What? Network. We got a what? We beat a C minus. Is that what analysts are giving us?
Yeah.
Yeah. After usually what ends up happening to the 49ers, and this is year after year, we usually have, if they grade the draft months later down the road, the grade would probably go up some. Each and every year, we have people that nobody ever heard of, a lot. Nobody knew who George Kittle was. They knew he was somewhere in Iowa, but they didn't. The 49ers weren't even looking at George Kittle. They went there looking at C.J. Beathard. And then one of the coaches looked up, hey, who's that guy catching the ball? Well, that's George Kittle. Is he declared for the draft?
You guys are good at developing players.
Yeah.
So you guys are very good at developing players in those later rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I see y'all got a center from Arizona State.
Yeah.
An undrafted free agent that y'all picked up.
Yeah, we picked up Donovan and Jason Poe. Donovan West. And
Donovan West, yeah.
Jason Poe. And somebody raving about Jason Poe. Big Show loves Poe. Somebody said one of these guys is athletic. Give him the ball. I said, you know what? Hey, Tony, the game could evolve in that direction. What you see with Trent Williams last year, now, Trent Williams is on the other side of his career. But can you imagine a big stud like Refrigerator Perry coming into the league? And all of a sudden, the 49ers are third and with 2. And here comes Jason Poe. Here comes Donovan West off the bench. And you know what that means. And he got Trent Williams leading the way. Oh, my God. Tony, that's when you make a career decision. I got Trent's going to hit me first, and that truck's going to run over me next. No.
Yep. Or you can even give that truck the ball.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Whoever they're talking about between West and Poe, whichever one of them has the athleticism to run the ball and give him the ball, that's what I'm saying. I got Trent Williams coming at you. He's leading the block. And then here comes this behind him. That's hilarious. We only need 2 yards. Just move out of the way before somebody gets hurt.
Now, on the defensive side, you got to decide, am I going to make a business decision? Which way am I going to go with that?
But, Tony, you play ball, right? If you do that, as soon as you get back to the line of scrimmage, somebody should go baseball. Football's all about football's all about machismo. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You guys getting the receivers?
Yeah, we picked up Gray. Danny, we finally got a speedster that I've been crying about forever. Danny Gray.
Oh, the guy
from SMU.
Yeah, the kid from Danny Gray. Yeah, I know about him.
Yeah.
Yep, y'all got with y'all's compensatory pick.
Now the critics.
Ronbo, the Jets killed it. The Jets killed it, didn't they? They killed it.
Oh, them and the Eagles. You know?
Oh my goodness. And Baltimore always does good in the draft, though.
Yeah, it was them, the Baltimore Ravens, the Jets, and nobody said anything about Don Burr's team. I thought Don Burr's team did okay.
Yeah. They got that receiver from Alabama, Jamison Williams. They got him, so he'll just be running routes for no reason because they won't get off.
You know, the thing is about going to Detroit. If you're a student of the game, like most ball players are, you know the history of the Detroit Lions. It's not something you would have preferred. You know?
Yep, exactly. You get drafted. Oh, I don't want to go there, but you got to play it off.
But you can't do that
take it
at
with
the
a grain
draft.
of salt. And I'm happy for Matt Ryan. He got him another offensive, a couple more offensive linemen. They already got the best offensive line in the league, and they got that big 6'7" tight end out of Virginia that can run a 4.45. Jelani Woods, Indianapolis. I'm like, boy, Matty Ice gonna love him.
You know, and that's why, with that kind of thing, I think the Colts could do real well this year. Matt Ryan, all he needs is tools. That dude's a good ball player. Real good.
But watch out for the Chargers. Like I'll tell you, they got Isaiah Spiller, one of the 3 top running backs. He lasted for the 4th round out of Texas A&M. So now they got a 2-back system.
And Chandler Jones joining Joey Bosa on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
My God.
Yep. And we'll say this, Ronbo. We'll give the Rams an F for failure. They failed.
And they embarrassed themselves with what I didn't know what was going on for the entire time. I said, what is this showcasing the Rams? I guess because they won the Super Bowl. Oh.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
You saw that clip, right? And then the Rams got their 1 pick of the 2022. You guys ran that for that? What is that? You just made everybody in the NFL, every fan base in the NFL, just laughed at that. That's just silly.
They are a joke. They will be a joke. We got a running back out of BYU that I like, but I thought we was going to go another way. What's that kid's name? Tyler Algier. He led the NCAA in touchdowns with 23 rushing touchdowns, over 1,600 yards.
Damn. See, that's what I'm saying. Falcons are incredible when it comes to finding that offensive talent. So, Tony, you guys get a defense. Yeah, you're definitely the mix. The Saints still don't want to be bothered with y'all, so, it's pretty funny.
we got 2 outside linebackers, an inside linebacker that used to be a quarterback. He can run a 4.38. He can hit out of Montana State. So we did good defensively.
There you go.
We just didn't get a defensive tackle, but other than that, we did good. I'm very pleased.
Yeah.
And Desmond Ritter, welcome to Atlanta.
Delighted.
Sit back and learn.
Yeah.
Yep, sit back and learn from Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Ronbo, I know I got to go, but Rudy made the comment that you guys, and it was in the comments you was talking to somebody, that you guys did so bad that Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy out of Iowa State, y'all drafted a quarterback.
Right.
It's going to be the replacement for Trey Lance.
The Rams, this is where they come to get their little digs in. That's okay. That's okay, Rudy. We got you. Okay.
Yes,
Tony, let me see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Shout out to you. Shout out to production. You are the best in the business. And I will see you tomorrow, sir.
Looking forward to it, Tony. Always appreciate you. All right. Have a great night. See, we endured the Raiders, Seahawks. Long after you people have been, as soon as that toilet gets flushed on your whole lives, we'll still be here. And we'll be thinking about you and talking about you like I'm talking about the Raiders, like I'm talking about the Hawks. Eventually, you guys always fizzle out. So have your fun. It's got to be exciting for you to come in and rub elbows with the A-list fan base. So I understand your pain. So go What is his name? Anyway, he's in here every meeting we have. So this is what he does. This is being pent up frustration for years. These people have been our subordinates for frigging ever. So that they're reaching out and acting out, I'm not surprised. I have the maturity to tolerate it. You children, go ahead, have your fun. Who's it? We AE.
Ronbo.
Yo, E. Come on in, fam.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, hey, man, we're looking at our draft and trying to make some grades. E, how did you perceive this draft? What did you think?
Personally, like I said, I don't try to wait till later to judge it, but right now I'm not really liking too much of it. But the wide receiver I think will be good. Maybe the defensive end will come up because they said he's really a pass. He was 250 pounds, but then he weighs so much. So
his weight fluctuates back and forth. He's played at 234, I think is his low, and he's been up to 250 something. But his athleticism is crazy. He's real strong.
Chair.
I'm sorry.
He's the biggest sitting in that chair, but 254 ain't gonna make it.
Yeah. You know what though? It might because some of your edge rushers aren't that heavy as much as they are got tech.
Correct.
And so we'll see.
It don't look like he's got that linebacker built where he's fast and can move like a Von Miller. Look like he got that. I don't know, like a Hyder or DJ Jones, kind of short, stocky.
He's got long arms.
Look like,
so he can keep offensive linemen off him. I did notice that though. He's not that big, but what's that Broncos that we had for a minute there? Edge rusher. He was like that, and that dude was double digits in sacks every year. You remember now, because when you got the 49ers are thinking we got Javon Kinlaw in the middle, and he's going to cause a lot of havoc. He's going to be one-on-one with a lot of times. It's going to be Nick. You got to spend all your resources to do something with Nick, and now you got to do because I think Javon's going to draw double teams, and then you got the man who lurks. You got Eric Armstead. So he could be the beneficiary of a lot of attention not being paid attention to him. So he might do well.
Correct. I just don't think he's gonna be I don't think he'll get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, he's got to beat out some guys, don't he? He's got to beat out Kerry Hyder. He's got to beat out Jordan Willis. Ibukum.
Hurst. Don't we still got Hurst in him?
Yeah. Hurst is going to be an interior guy, though. Yeah. Givens, interior guy. We got a rotation, though, fam. You know what? These guys, nobody has to worry about getting any work. I think most of those guys are going to be busy all day because we want to keep everybody fresh, except for maybe Nick and Eric.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy in the beginning of the draft because I was talking. It's like, well, this draft is for, just to pick up, do the holes, and you don't need to pick up a starter with the 6th or 7th round pick. We had a 2nd, 3rd, and a 4th round pick. We need starters. We need X factors. We need somebody. Don't just sit there and keep picking up bench players.
What do you need starters though? Offensive line. Your wide receiver room, that's pretty much established. Your running backs. Now, running backs room, it'll never be established, see? Every year at this time, but we said, we picked up a couple more running backs. Right. Because the ones from last year can't play no more. They got wiped out. Oh, God.
And I still didn't see my boy from Ohio State get on the court yet. I mean, on the field yet.
Trey was out there last year, remember?
He got his head hurt. He didn't play that much.
No. Well, because he got beat out by Elijah.
Did great. But nobody else. I mean, even the guy who came off injury did okay, Wilson.
Yeah.
But the big guy seemed like he's big, but we need Deebo ran across the end, in my opinion, because he was faster. He did the sweeps and stuff. None of them running backs did sweeps.
Yeah, but Deebo, remember there were times when Deebo has some kind of a radar, like the fighter jets or something. You remember sometimes you get the ball. I didn't see where Deebo was going until after he got going. I said, damn.
Until he left the person for chasing him, right?
Yeah, I just said, how do you look at that? Jesus Christ!
He
I didn't even
hit
see
that
that hole
corner and it was
developed.
gone.
Yeah, he just knows where to go. It's like a heat-seeking missile.
And
So you
but
can't
that
teach
running
that,
back, I
E.
think, is
Yeah.
no, you can't. And I think the running back we picked up is a B gap runner. He's not really going out and outside to the C's. He's going
Well,
in the guts.
they say he's a zone runner. He hits. See, a zone runner. When I think of a zone runner, he's not a guy. North-south runners usually they're the ones who usually dance in a hole, or they run in a straight line. This guy, looking at his film, he is looking for. He's got that radar going too.
He was
So
finding them holes on them plays, but it seemed like he got slow. But I don't know. I can't. Like I said, I want to wait.
He's a 4-4 guy.
Yeah, I want to see him on the court. I mean, on the field, and see what they got. The wide receiver, I think, might do good.
Yeah.
The quarterback definitely won't do nothing. I don't think because we behind two other quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine him making this team. I mean, but he might have to. Because
I'm glad you
after
brought that
Jimmy
up.
makes his exit, Kyle always keeps 3 quarterbacks.
Okay, but I always wanted, like, we had 8 picks or something, 8, 9 picks.
He had 9.
I thought we was going to come up and get 4, like, in the third
Higher
or
quality.
maybe 2 in the second.
Yeah.
We still getting 6, 7 round pick. Oh, we going to find the gym. We need to find a diamond.
Diamonds or gems?
Yeah, go get some diamond, man. Stop going to go looking in the more.
You will.
Stop playing, man.
We're going to see. We get
But
some
I
new
don't-
DFAs every now and then to do a really good job too. So the ones they got this year, they're pretty excited about. They should have been drafted. So we're going to find out.
That's what they said. Why everybody else didn't pick them up then? That's what another thing. Like, they so good, and we just fell to us. Nah, they fell for a reason, bro.
Yeah, that's that kind of argument. If we was all sitting in the 49ers control room and we're the ones in charge of the draft, and I'm sitting there saying, we picked up a couple of offensive linemen. I think Donovan West and Jason Poe can help us up. Remember, we could have gotten those guys. They should have been drafted earlier. And then you yell out, well, why nobody else did pick them up then? I'd be shut down.
Yeah.
I couldn't even say nothing.
It was so good, right?
Yeah. So
there's question marks somewhere around there.
Yeah, I see your point. So we're gonna find
I'm
out.
still 49 people.
Yeah. All right,
Gotta see what we got.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish we could trade. I think we're gonna trade Jimmy around second week, third week, maybe. I don't think he's gonna be gone. I think he's gonna be in preseason.
Yeah, because
somebody like you said, somebody quarterback.
Here's what I don't understand. The 49ers want to, if you're going to trade him, you're going to have to prove to people he can play. That means you're going to have to showcase him. When are you going to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he plays in the preseason. I don't know. It's kind of hard to understand. But anyway, E, we're gonna have to go because we'll see. I'll be back tomorrow, and the writers gonna go nuts, and we'll be having stuff. I'm sure that we're gonna be mad about tomorrow to talk about. All right.
All right, Rob. I'll try to catch you. I stay up late to just talk to you sometimes, man.
Oh, I appreciate
I love
that.
You. All the 49ers.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna be looking for you for sure. Then. All right. Have a good night, E.
I'm definitely going to sleep now. Be good.
Have a good one too.
Niners.
Night, E.
All right, dude.
And I see Ismael Delgado says, Leon O'Neal is my favorite draft pick from the draft. Such a steal. The 49ers got him. Ismael, I've talked to you in a long time. Thanks for his contribution, too. Yeah, and I like his attitude. That guy, he says all the right things. Hope he lives up to it, too. So we'll find out. And here he comes, that man with those penetrating thoughts. He is known as the Fly Guy. Fly Guy.
What's good?
Fly Guy. Well, Fly Guy, now that it's all said and done, Fly Guy, you people say, how you was talking about Tyrion, the running back? He's getting a lot of conversation today, ain't he? Fly Guy, after you've had time to think about it, and all UDFAs and everything else, are you impressed with this draft, and what grade are you going to give it overall?
I give them a B. They could have got a A, but I give them a B minus. That's a B minus.
How come they could have got A?
It's because if we would have got the 10 pick for Deebo, I would have given him an A. No, because remember what I said. Now I said
right.
Deebo is a ticking time bomb. That the more you hold on to Deebo, the more danger you in. So now it's like you see you get what I'm trying to say. Because now we had an opportunity to get a first round and we didn't get it.
Yeah.
So Deebo might show up. Deebo might show up and do the bare minimum, and then become a free agent and then walk away.
No, but he ain't gonna do that because that's gonna hurt him. Yeah, he's got to play his butt off because he could be a free agent in the 49ers and get into a bidding war with another team next year. So Deebo may have even better year next year than he did this year for the reasons Deebo saying, I'm playing, I love the game. Number one, I'm playing so I can get the hell up out of here. Because next year, Deebo can write his own ticket. If the 49ers can't.
I don't think.
I say that
so.
because the 49ers, he's not a free agent. He is a free agent next year, and then we can't get into a bidding war with another team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if Deebo don't get paid this year, he not playing. Trust me.
Well, it could be risky.
Trust me,
and that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets hurt this year, trying to impress anybody for next year, he could ruin him.
He might not get any money at all. He might not even get $2 million. He's hurt now. So you see what happened to OBJ. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that we could have got the 10, but we didn't. So that was what the grade down.
And him and OBJ is in cahoots now, which is really getting on my nerves. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, it is going to be interesting to see what happens next. The 49ers, I think they're going to sign him. Like, if I had to bet with you right now, I'd bet on 49ers signing Deebo and him being happy finally. It's all about the money. He don't want to leave that bad. He likes the 49ers.
Yeah. I can see that, too. I can see if they cut Jimmy, then they can sign Deebo. They give him what he wants. But they have to let Jimmy go. So. No,
he'll be signed before Jimmy leaves. This I'm almost sure of as well. So, no, it's not that. They already had money budgeted for Deebo. Like, I remember one thing. The 49ers don't sign people in April and May. This is the thing. Deebo's getting all upset for something that is a routine every year. When we sign people, it is usually around July or August, Deebo. And you know this. I guarantee you, Jimmy ain't got nothing to do with their money to go pay Deebo. Even if Jimmy was gone, they weren't going to pay him right now. And that's what I'm trying to understand. Deebo. You've seen how Fred got paid. You've seen how George got paid. People don't get paid in April and May. You know this. They're working on the draft right now.
But Deebo wanted insurance that he's going to get paid. He didn't get that.
Yeah, but he doesn't need raising hell right now is just not the right thing to do.
Kittle, Warner, they had the deal was already set, done, but they just didn't finalize the deal. But they probably was happy with it. But Deebo is not happy with what they offer him. So with that being said,
wait, Fly Guy. I just want to refresh your memory. Remember George's agent, the first offer he got, the man called it the draft. What do you call it? Something like the Valentine's Day massacre. I forgot what he called it, but some kind of massacre. They don't come in high. They don't come in with an offer that you're supposed to respect. They're coming in with a deal to negotiate. And Deebo's agent knows this. So I'm saying, why are y'all acting crazy?
Deebo went the wrong way about doing it. It's part of negotiation, so I'm not going to give you the highest because I know you're going to come at me, so I can go up a little more. I got to give you the lowest offer so I can go up some more because you're going to be like, how about giving me this? So I can go up a little more.
And see what I can get away with. The company's going to protect themselves. If you take 19, okay. If you take 21, okay. Let me give you 22 then. If you go 23, but now when you start getting 26, 25, 26, I can see where the 49ers are saying, okay, but don't come back here for no higher. They've got this figured out.
And one of the linemen remind me of Trent Williams. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. I don't know his name. Yeah,
that's Spencer, right?
Yeah, whatever his name is, he plays just like Trent Williams. Like he just throwing people on the ground. Like what?
Yeah, that's that guard out of Texas, Spencer Buford. Yeah. Yes.
So the offensive line is in good shape with Trent and with him, and we had one more offensive lineman.
So got two. Donovan West, Jason Poe. They're UDFAs, but they should have been drafted. But unlike E says, well, why wouldn't they? And we picked him up. Hey, later on, remember this day when you shut me down. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Jonathan and Donovan and Jason start, you see, I told you. See, that's the 49ers knew what they was doing. We got these two linemen and UDFAs that should have been draft picks, but they weren't. The 49ers picked them up immediately at UDFA. We might have got away with something.
Yeah, we did pretty good because we didn't even have a first round, and we got that many players that looked pretty good. They're not that bad, but the only thing I say we did was not getting rid of Deebo. That's one thing I say.
We would have missed him, fam. We would have missed him. Your boy can play.
I know we're gonna miss him, but Ronbo, when a player don't want to play for you, you gotta set an example here, like, because receivers easy to replace. There are 20 receivers went in the first round.
Yeah, but
and no team even care about. No team even care about. Oh, let's just go for Deebo. Like, they didn't care about it. They just want to get a young guy. That's what the NFL team does. They don't care about it.
No, they don't want to pay the 49ers what the 49ers want. The 49ers are asking for more than they were willing to pay.
No. This is the problem with the 49ers. John Lynch remind me of a guy that go to the dealership and buy a car for $20,000.
Yeah.
And 5 years later, he still want $20 for the car. It's like, John, take what they offer you. It's a good deal. A first round for a player that don't even want to play for you, and they have receivers all over the place.
Now you get it. The 49ers said, look, we weren't getting back what we thought he was worth. First round pick and that's it? I don't think so. So, and most teams, like you're saying, though, they ain't wanting to give up a whole lot because teams don't want to get into that situation.
Unless it's
and then a quarterback.
Not only that, we giving you a first round, plus we got to pay Deebo 25 something. So that's just like that. It is too much for a team to be like, here's the first round, here's a second round, then here Deebo, there's $25 million. It's like, that's a lot.
Well, no, the thing is also what they probably did is, listen, we're willing to pay, we're willing to extend this contract. Well, listen, you guys need to pick up part of this tab. And then the 49ers says, no. You want him, you get the whole deal. And see, that's what, think about that, Fly Guy. A guy comes to me and says, look, I'll give you a first round pick, give you a third round pick. Y'all got to help us put that bill, though. What bill? Deebo's new contract. No. You want Deebo? You get all the Deebo. And then if you got a problem with that, it ain't worth it to me then. Because I can make him stay here and not pay him a damn thing. And I can franchise tag him next year. See, I got options. And the ball's in my court.
And I say, it's still not too late. And we can trade him for a first round next year. Just to save it, because we don't know what this is going to look like. Let's say next year we don't make the playoff. We can start to think about drafting another quarterback.
Fly Guy,
use that first round.
No, Fly Guy, you cannot. Deebo's a free agent at this time next year.
No, I'm saying we can trade him this year for a first round next year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just in case to secure a QB next year if we not liking what we see, because we gotta. We got to rotate the ball.
You're planning ahead for failure, right?
No, you have to think like that.
No, I mean, you do. You're true. It's true. You can't.
Yeah, you have to think. What if this year don't look good? What are we gonna do? Just sit next year with Lance again?
Well, no, you got to be.
So we have to already thinking out.
He's
thinking about okay.
No, he's gonna get more than 1 year though. But like
I know that, but I'm just saying you already going in the process of bringing somebody else in.
I know, and Mr. Relevant is not going to be the guy. Anyway, Fly Guy, be looking for you tomorrow. All right, Monday Night Raw. See what they talk about tomorrow. Who knows? You may get your wish. Deebo may be traded tomorrow, which I don't think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, fam. Have a good night. Hey, Casey.
Yeah, what's shaking, Ronbo?
Casey, man, we're looking at this. We're making our final grades on this draft. Casey, you're feeling. Robbie Gold is still with us, so I know that they lost points for that. hey, Casey, no, wait. You know what? When Robbie every year misses at least one field goal and at least one extra point, and there are going to be points or kicks that you and I could go out there and probably do. That's what kills me about Robbie. Robbie, what is it, Robbie? There's no way you.
It is Rumbo. They punted from 37 in like week 8, Rumbo. So I'm just can't get over that, man. I'll never forget.
But Mitch Wisnowski's still on the
37,
team.
Bro.
Yeah. Robbie missed one.
Yeah.
He missed a couple of field goal points too. So I point POs. PA. So
to his credit, though,
Robbie,
he is.
I know
he is perfect in postseason, though.
Yeah, Robbie's got ice water in his veins. See, that's what I love about him.
Yeah, that's something.
High pressure situations. Robbie's your guy. Don't get him in a relaxed situation.
I really liked how he handled the win in Green Bay too. I thought that was cool. He seemed like a professional.
God, scary.
There was a really satisfying hell yeah that he gave that at the end there.
And you see when he walked out there,
hell yeah,
Boone was cool and calm. Dude, there was no
yeah, he sure
fear.
was. Well, because it was below 2. Rumble, he had real ice in his veins.
He's from that kind of climate, though. People don't. You know what? It's about that too, Casey. Robbie's right at home in that refrigerator. It's no big deal to him.
Yeah.
You and I go and live out there for
anyway,
5
Rumble,
minutes. It's like, oh my
that's
God!
More than enough about Robbie. That's more than enough about Robbie Gould, Rumble. That's not why I called.
I'm
Let's
sorry,
talk this
but
draft.
I love talking to Robbie Gould about Robbie because you're always hilarious.
Yeah.
Go. Give me something about the draft.
I mean, I think they did great. I think Drake Jackson and Danny Gray and their undrafted free agents look good, and they look great, man.
Because a lot of people have options they would have done differently, but you like our guys, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Danny Gray looks awesome, man. That looks like he got a real dog in him.
God, quick. I love.
I love his reaction. I could tell a lot about a player by their reaction. His reaction was like the focus of the tears in his eyes. It looked like he was ready to go on a Lord of the Rings adventure or something. There, he's got to go cross country right now.
Drake Jackson. You see his? I saw his reaction. I was thinking, uh-oh. He doesn't look happy to be drafted by the Niners. Uh-oh. No, that wasn't it. Drake was saying, they waited all day to draft me, man. Come on, man. I was like top 10 last year, and I got to wait till number 61. Damn near ran round 3. Yeah. Some guys got egos,
I know, man. Niners had to wait 60 picks this year. Holy cow. But, I saw some good players, man. That's pretty crazy that Danny Gray dropped so far.
Who?
That Danny Gray dropped so far.
I know, right? But there's a lot of wide receivers in this draft, and whereas Danny's good, but you got to get Jameson, you got to get some of those other guys, and everybody's not going to go wide receiver in the first round. There's other positions of higher priority, right? So this is going to happen with wide receivers every year. Look at where we got Deebo. We got him in the second round, who also would have been good. The guy that couldn't heal up. Jalen
Hurt.
See, you ever have a traumatic experience?
Jalen Hurt.
And your mind sort of starts to get over it. Jalen Hurt was supposed to be he was going to be just a fiend. God.
Yeah.
Oh, he was going to be good. No. He's not even in football anymore.
Yeah. Nope, he's just sitting on his $2.5 million that he took from us, and he's just chilling now. So good for him.
Poor guy. He's a good football player.
Congratulations,
He may be
that sucks. I'm sure he wants to be out there, I'll jokes aside, I'm sure that really eats at him, Yeah. But anyway, Rumbo, I want to say shout out to Trey Lance, man. I thought that was really funny when he said, "Stop it, Tony."
He's also got an OBJ.
That was great.
Who was that was saying all those negatives, and Trey went after
I don't know, man. I can't even read
taking up for Deebo.
I can't even read these tweets of these players, right, Ronbo?
Who was that? They were saying. I think he was talking to OBJ, because OBJ's gotten to be a little bizarre,
But he's a little upset that Deebo's in the spotlight, maybe.
But I can't. Casey, I can't imagine a grown ass man acting like that. But everybody, that's been said over and over. But maybe it is true. Sick. God.
It was all good just a week ago, Ronbo.
I know, right? Well, we'll it's going to iron itself out. Guy's going to be going to camp soon, and all this madness will probably end. We got to find out what's going to happen to Deebo, though. He's not showing up for camp until he's signed.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, no, I need him to work out.
Yeah. No, I know he's still working on stuff, but I mean,
he's working out on his own though. Anyway,
I just hope Bosa's staying safe, staying out of trouble right now. Never know where he's working out.
Never worry about the Bosa family. You know what? I'm just hoping that God, Nick and Joey, they're not even interested in women. I mean, as far as getting married or anything. Neither one of them. Nick's got a girlfriend. You never hear about Joey's girlfriend. But these guys, I want them to have boys. And then the 49ers could just put a GPS system on them now. You know? Because you know they're going to grow up to be madmen, man. This is what happens in the Bosa family. You grow up, you're going to be a linebacker, you're going to be a Pro Bowler, and you're going to play for the 49ers. Put that on the list, too. It's a genetic thing. Can you imagine a guy like Nick Bosa, Joey gets married to, what's that tennis player, that superstar? She's just such an athlete. Or maybe, too late now. I want Joey and Nick to get married to the Williams sisters. You talk about absolute freaks. Oh, my God. Woo! But,
Yeah, I'd like to get married to the Williams sisters, too, Ronbo. But...
Well, yeah, I would, too, for a number of reasons. Let's not get started with that. Their dad would kill us. You got to go, Casey, you sicko.
All right, Ronbo, take it easy, man.
All right, man.
Thanks for being here.
Night, Casey. Oh, no. Production and Rudy, they have a relationship that I have to talk to them. All right, Rudy, come on in. As long as Ready to Go is not sitting next to you, it's okay. Come on in.
Ronbo, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Has anybody put the APB? Has anybody put the APB on Niner Mike yet? I haven't heard of him. I haven't heard from him in a long time.
He usually takes off this time of year. Last year he disappeared around this time of year. Mike, brings high stress to him. If nothing else, his doctors probably told him, listen, you should just maybe knock it off with football probably around April, early May if you're going to continue to stay involved. It's not really healthy for you. So Mike's probably taking off. He's on sabbatical. He'll be back.
I miss his meltdowns were a staple of your show, Ronbo. I mean, Jimmy's still there, so maybe he said until Jimmy's gone, he's not going to come back in. So
there's another reason why he's not in here. He has to deal with that until Jimmy leaves, and yeah. So
well, Ronbo, you guys had a pretty good draft. You guys love LA. You got another USC guy, defensive end. You guys are stacked. Maybe you guys should make a deal and take some of Tony's team's picks with the Falcons and give them some of those defensive ends. They need some defense. And but yeah, Ronbo. So you guys don't like that video we dropped, huh? The on the clock.
Oh God, that was. I mean, I'm trying to think of something more annoying than that video.
Ronbo, you gotta keep your
until
head.
about a minute into it. Go ahead.
You gotta keep your head. You got Dennis Quaid as Stan Kroenke. You got Tyrese Gibson as Raheem Morris. You got Josh Holloway as Les Snead. You got Clint Eastwood's son as McVay. And then you have the guys in there, Donald, Cup, Ramsey, Van Jefferson. That was a great trailer. I wanted to see that movie. I mean, it was amazing. And here we are, the Super Bowl champions. We're dropping stuff like that. And the Niners are stressed out about Deebo and OBJ's in his head trying to bring him to L.A. I was hoping that you guys were going to trade him to the Jets because, he'll fail with the Jets. And then imagine Deebo signing with the Rams a year or two later. And then we play the Niners with Deebo and McVay's offense in Stafford. That would be amazing. But, our draft, Rumble, I'm really stoked about it. We got Troy Hill back to go with Ramsey. They played well together. And we can move Ramsey around. We got Jacoby Durant. Runs a 4.3 in the 40. Deion Sanders said he's a dog. He likes him. Cornerback. We got Kyren Williams. He's a good three-headed monster with our running back crew. We got a bunch of safety and a defensive back crew. We got a big offensive lineman from Wisconsin, 6'5", 309 pounds. I mean, we got needs for our team. We weren't going for just big names.
but they're ready to go in the first year, and they can help us this year. So you got to tip your hat to our draft.
You said ready. You used the term "ready to go," didn't you? Oh, God.
Ready to go, my guy. Ready to go, Ronbo. You have to because this year people were saying Stafford's coming to the NFC West. What has he ever won? How many playoffs games has he won? And now we're like, well, here we go. He's like, hold my beer. Here, I won a Super Bowl. I won an NFC Championship. Now here we are, year 2. So it's going to be amazing. And the Trey Lance, you guys got Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, and I was joking with Tony in the chat about, Kyle already drafted the replacement for Trey Lance if he doesn't work out. And but we'll see what happens, Ronbo. God bless you, Ronbo. You got us. I didn't know who Ready to Go was until your chat and my guy, Marketing Pro. And so you're bringing the Remelia together. We love your show. I got it. I miss my guy Ellis. And his the weak internet where he fades in and out. God bless him. And Bill, I noticed Bill didn't call in today. But God bless you, Ronbo. I've been coming in here for 6 years now, and we love your show, Ronbo. You're a class act. We don't agree with most things that you say, but we give you thought.
Which begs the question of why do you, if you guys don't appreciate my 49er, pretty much 49er. How can I put this? Anyway, mostly rose-colored rhetoric. What is it that you guys find appealing about this show, other than heckling the folks in the chat?
Well, it's not that. We appreciate you, and you are a passionate Niner fan. You stick by your guy Jimmy G, and it's good to see what the guys are talking about. It's amazing the Niner fans. It's good to be optimistic and see you keep a level head. You're saying, I want to see what the kid can do. Most of these Niner fans are calling Trey the king of the West and all this stuff, and they think that they think that that's Steve Young. They think that's a seasoned Steve Young coming in. That's a young kid who got hurt twice last year. Kyle Shanahan ran him into the ground like his pop Shanahan ran RG3 into the ground, with the funky game plan where he's got him running into the line getting killed. Mm-hmm. And instead of protecting him like he protects Jimmy, we'll have to see none of us know what's going to happen. He hasn't played much, and that's a lot to ask. It's a lot of pressure playing for the 49ers, being the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah.
This is
so, they think that's Steve Young.
You know what? No, it's a little too early to pass judgment on him one way or the other. But, we're going to find out. And then, of course, but Rudy, one thing that's going to hold true and has always been a constant is the fact that we're going to continue to beat the Rams. This last year was an accident. Stafford's going to continue to be you know what? People talk about Jimmy's INTs. Stafford's going to continue to be an INT machine. He does get away with it a lot. But I think next year we'll have this all sorted out. And if Matthew Stafford wants to throw game-losing INTs like he did to Kowalski T, I think the next time that ball comes out there like that, it's going to get caught. And then, of course, we will put you guys right back where normally the position you guys have behind us.
Well, you guys, Ronbo, you guys gave us all we wanted. Like I said, we needed you guys to be a willing sparring partner. We went through 3 wars with you guys, and that helped us come back against the Bucs when Tom Brady thought he was going to come back, and then Stafford went into playoff mode, fourth quarter mode, and was a beast, and he went to a dark place and snatched Tom Brady's soul out of his body and came back on him. He wasn't going to let him come back on him like Matty Ice did. Matty Ice stood there with his sweating in his fingernails in his teeth. Stafford said, no, not on my watch, buddy. Boom, Cooper Kupp. Same thing with the Bengals. Basically, it was Cooper Kupp and Stafford show. Nobody else was showing up. We couldn't run the ball, and it was a Stafford and Cooper Kupp show. And the guy throws amazing, legendary no-look pass in the middle of the field to win that Super Bowl. And we basically won it twice. If you remember, they threw the ball in the corner of the end zone. They hit him, and they called a flag, and we had to score again. So God bless you, Ronbo. I love our draft. You got to tip your hat to us.
And God bless you, Ronbo. I appreciate it. Ready to go, my guy, Marketing Pro, all the Ramelia. God bless you, 49er fans. Remember what Ronbo says. I'm sorry, Ronbo. Let me just say this. Remember what my guy Ronbo says. Let's find out what Trey Lance is all about. Let's find out what he's going to do. Don't be thinking he's going to be Steve Young coming up in here, running around.
That's not what I said.
And
I
throwing
says we don't know whether he's going to
touchdowns.
be that. He could be. Anyway, Rudy, listen, we got to go. I'm going to see you.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you. Have a good night,
all right.
everyone.
You too. All right, night, Rudy. Okay. And on that note, we're going to say goodnight. Whew, boy. Anyway, fam, hit that. Fam, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Hit that like. You know, I love those. And thanks for the contributions tonight, guys. I can't wait till tomorrow. It's going to be fun because tomorrow, after people go back to work, well, we are on a holiday weekend, though. They might come back to work. Well, guys like Lombardi works all the time. Lombardi's like carrying his phone around. He'll drop a video on you at any time. So we'll see. Anyway, fam, I will be back tomorrow. At any rate, looking for you. All right, have a great night.